morning, everyone. It is Veterans Day. So thank you all veterans out there, future, current, and in the past that have served this country. We are grateful for what you've done for us, and we're going to have a toast to you. It's not going to be alcoholic, although I did put a little splash of rum in here just for flavoring. But we're drinking coffee. The Unirock's got some tea over here. I think Jessica's got some tea. But salute to the veterans this morning, and we're going to be talking about where you can get some free food here in a minute. But anyways, we have a sip. And let me introduce who we got here. We got Unirock from Unirock 2. Buddy, how are you today? Thank you for your service as well.
Oh, I'm great. I love this country. I love today. I love the veterans. I'm happy to be alive. Some of my friends aren't when we went to Iraq, and I want to remember them today and,
you want to
celebrate.
You want to have a drink for them?
Oh, I do, yeah.
I can't pour it on the ground right now, but
I would too. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, me, I know. I couldn't imagine that. And I serve with people, and although we were in a combat zone and it was hazardous, but I didn't have anybody that we lost, so I couldn't even imagine what that's like. But I want to make sure that people can hear us properly, hear me, hear Unirock. I did work on the audio this morning. Hopefully it'll come through. Chesh, say something so we know you're there too.
Don't tell me what to do.
that's a
my real dad.
That's a matriarchal bullshit right there. Okay.
Exactly.
As you guys may notice, we are a little early this morning. There's a couple reasons for that. One, Cheshire has plans today. She's basically escaping like reality later on today, so she's got to take off. And I want to go get some free grub. How about you, Unirock? You can get some free grub today?
Me too, yeah. I'm going to try, yeah.
Where are you going to
go? Probably Golden Corral. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to that, but that's tonight. They don't open till 5, I think, p.m. So me and my landlord have like a standing thing. We go to Golden Corral because one of our other roommates works at Golden Corral, and so we're going to be going out about 4:30, get a line early. We've done that every Veterans Day except for one we missed. All right, everybody says they're audible. So you guys want to know some of the places to guys to hit for the free food? You curious about that?
Yeah, because I'm in Canada. None of these places are going to be the same for me, so I am curious.
You don't have Denny's in Canada?
There's like one Denny's like 2 hours away from me.
You guys are like a third world country. Do you guys have like indoor plumbing? Do you have like hot and cold running water? What the hell?
What's indoor plumbing? And also, no, we don't have warm running water in the wintertime. Because all the pipes freeze.
You're supposed to say no, Steve, but we have health care.
I mean, we have that too. Like, I don't know if you guys can kind of see out my window a little bit. It is
it's
just
gorgeous.
snowing like crazy.
I love that.
Right now.
Oh my God, I would kill for that right now. Yeah. So these are some of the places you guys can hit to if you're veterans out there. And by the way, if you see a veteran, thank them for your service. I always do that. I see somebody with a hat, and by the way, last time I did that, somebody was wearing a hat, and we ended up talking for quite some time. It's a great way to meet people. But anyway, so this morning at 5 a.m., you could hit Denny's. Denny's to 11 o'clock. It has free Gram Slam for veterans. Or actually, till noon, actually. And by the way, before we even start, share this video, by the way. We're going to try to get 100 likes for a change before the haters get to 100 likes. Because we have a lot of haters and trolls that download videos before we even start, including a Veterans Day one. Tells you just where these people's mindset are at, but it's pretty sad, right?
Really. Yeah.
How pathetic can you get? But whatever, it still adds to the algorithm, so that's good. One of these days they're going to get rid of these dislikes altogether. But share this video as we progress in this. I'll keep shouting it out and we'll try to get that to 100. So also Applebee's today. Applebee's is all day long free meal. There's a special menu. I did that last year. It was good.
Oh, we do have an Applebee's. We did have an Applebee's.
Well, wait,
it might be gone now.
Wait, do you have like okay, here's one of the things that me and Sweet Heathen don't agree upon. One of the many things, because, I try to tell her how many times she's wrong, but she doesn't listen to me. It's some matriarchal bullshit. But she says Applebee's is shit in her area.
The Applebee's here? Oh, it's trash.
Yeah. Why is it in my area? It's good. They got they're freaking wonton taco type things. They're freaking amazing. I like
you just got lucky.
Maybe.
I don't want to down talk Applebee's, but I will if I have to, if you make me.
Well, you know what?
I usually love them.
They're never going to be a sponsor of yours.
Well,
yeah,
I
can we
know,
get an
but
Applebee's sponsorship? What the hell?
Yeah.
I
Hey,
wish.
my channel, Applebee's. I like you.
I got so sick the last time I ate there. I will not
Oh,
go back.
no.
But I love their food. So I'm at this I have this like maybe it's just the one I went to. So maybe I'll try a different one sometime, but I won't go back to the one I went to.
I get, you know what happens?
If
I
it
guess
makes you...
go ahead.
Sorry, good. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, I guess if you have one bad experience, that kind of spoils you in perpetuity.
Yeah.
I definitely refuse to eat from places that put unskippable ads on YouTube.
Fair enough.
I didn't go to Subway for 2 years until they changed their ads back.
Wow, I'm just getting
That's actually
outloaded
awesome.
here. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? They're all just siding with Sweet Heathen. Oh my, that's some matriarchal bullshit right there. Anyways, Krispy Kreme gets a free donut and small coffee.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, Krispy Kreme.
Oh.
And a side note, did you guys hear about that guy that was what he was doing? He was going for a 4-hour drive, and he was getting like 100 boxes of Krispy Kreme, driving back and then selling them at his college. Right?
I've heard about people doing that.
Oh yeah,
I don't know about a specific one.
Did you hear about? This one was great because Krispy Kreme fucked up royally. They issued a cease and desist to this guy instead of using him to promote their fucking product.
What?
Oh yeah, and so he was an entrepreneur. He was selling them for like $20 a pop. So he's making some bank off it, but they were selling out. But
yeah.
So somebody in the higher up on Krispy Kreme had basically told this guy to stop. It got viral, and all of a sudden they changed their tune. Now they're working with this guy.
Oh,
that's an entrepreneur right there. Did you guys ever hear the story about the guy who used to sell? He had like a hot sandwich press, like a griddle thing, and he used to sell warm sandwiches at his school, like at college or whatever, or high school. And then the school shut him down because they were like, "Listen, you can't sell food products. Da 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 da. There are kids with allergies." Like they had like
there's some reason for that. I get that.
And so what does the kid do? He starts selling paper towels at lunch that comes with
right. Well,
a free sandwich.
Well, you know, okay.
That's good.
True story. Down here before marijuana got legal, at least got some of the rules changed in Riverside County, and what they would do is they couldn't sell you pot. But what they could do is they could sell you a hat and give you free pot with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, seriously.
And Smitty, no, I can't use ad blocker because if I use ad blocker, then I don't know which places to avoid because they're stupid ads.
Yeah, screw ad blocker.
True.
We need the revenue, even though ads don't pay that much, but every little bit helps. So I don't even use ad blocker if I don't have to for that. By the way, no, it's $20 a box, not a donut.
And not the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I was also at the time I was working at a place where I couldn't put ad blocker on, but I was like allowed to watch videos and stuff while I was working. So
somebody had asked if hookers give free blowjobs to veterans on this day. Some of them, yeah. There's actually something that used to have with porn stars that a couple of them would actually, give like free fucks to some of their followers who are veterans. I think
patriotic ones should.
God bless America, right?
That's right.
Chess, you're not patriotic if you don't put out to every veteran that like hits you up.
I'm not American.
Oh
That's
shit!
true.
God damn it! Always an excuse. Again,
it's patriotic still, but
still some patriotical bullshit.
Canadian patriotism.
It's Remembrance Day for us. It's a little bit different, but
it's similar principle, though, right?
Same day.
Remembrance Day is today. So it's like remembrance for all of the people who died over the course of all of the wars, and so it is to honor the people who are still alive, but it's also to honor the people who passed.
Yeah, we have two separate days because we have Memorial Day for the people that have passed, and then Veterans Day for those who have not, technically speaking. All right, we also got from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Little Caesars Pizza is offering all veterans and active military a $5 hot and ready meal, which I think is like 4 pieces of pizza
way.
and a 12-ounce
Really?
soda.
The $5 hot and readies from Little Caesars are actually pretty.
I like
damn
Little
good.
Caesars.
They
no
are.
joke.
I'm going there today now. Until what time, Steve? What time?
That
did
is
you say
from
it was?
11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll make it. I can
Now,
make it.
I'm going to go on a limb here and believe that most places will probably extend that somewhat. I mean, if you come in like...
No, we're going to have to get the show done early so Unirock can go get it.
Well, I can just send somebody with my veteran's ID if I think about it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, see if that flies. Hey, we're at 62 likes. We're almost there. We need 40 more. Come on, people,
hit the like button.
Get this tweeter out. Get this tweeter out. Get this out on Twitter.
Get this tweeter out.
This is what happens when I drink way too much coffee. This is my 4th cup this morning.
I wish. I'm on my 1st. Can't wait till I hit my 4th.
What else we got here? Oh, we got Red Robin. It's a free double cheeseburger today and bottomless steak fries. And they're good.
Helios for 575. Helios 57545. YouTube has an issue where they are permabanning people using emotes. It doesn't affect anyone, and it doesn't affect everyone, but I would recommend not using any to be safe.
That's
yes, we are going to be talking about that. Yeah.
Yep, that is on our agenda.
But still like and share the video, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Tweet it at Markiplier. We're going to talk about him later.
Oh yeah.
YouTube Surgeon General says, if I could gift anyone about a half an ounce of marijuana in Alaska since 1973, I'm surprised this isn't something many people know about. Yeah, you can like give the marijuana away. You can't sell it, but you can give it away when they buy a product as a workaround. It seems silly, but bureaucracy, right? Starbucks, one of the largest chains out there. You know what they're giving? They're giving a free cup of tall brewed coffee. Not even a venti, a tall one.
You got to be kidding me. They are so cheap, man.
Right? I'm sorry, Starbucks.
They really are.
A tall brew, you can't even float a venti.
Their stuff is so expensive, and they can't even hook up the veterans, bro.
I mean, it's nicer they're giving something away, but I mean, am I being? I don't know what the word is. Maybe.
No, I'm mad about it, personally.
Oh, are you being entitled? Is that the word you're
looking for? Yeah, exactly. Entitled or unappreciative.
Okay, right. It's like when somebody has, like if somebody's like, I have 2 hands of change, and I could give you this one, or I could give you this one, and one is a penny. Like they're not actually giving you anything. They're kind of like just slapping you in the face. Like, you still got something, but
yeah. You at least get it. Like, could you get like a one of those vanilla bean frappuccinos or something, whatever they call them. Those things are good, by the way.
Yeah,
I do like those.
Yeah, man.
All right, and last but not least, this is we've also done before. Texas Roadhouse has like 10 free lunches to choose from, and dinner buffet between 5 and 9 p.m. So.
Oh, damn.
So between 5 and 9, you get free dinner, and their steak is good. I gotta admit, Texas Roadhouse is really excellent. So we're gonna go to Golden Corral though. But I'm probably gonna talk them maybe hitting up Texas Roadhouse. Maybe later after that, because I could eat. But the problem is Golden Corral is all you can eat, right? So that's a lot of food.
They got some good steak and stuff there, too. I won't lie. It's not bad.
By the way,
the best, not bad.
Is this translating? Who's translating? This is like weird. I'm seeing up on the... Oh, I got closed caption on. Okay. I was like, what's going on? I was like, when did I turn closed caption?
Steve's had too much coffee.
Well, because I have Google Suites now. Google Suites will do that. And I thought maybe is Unirock coming in through Google Suites? No, it's Skype. What the hell's going on here?
I need to get that.
So you got anything that you want to like shout out for the free food, Unirock? Anything you know about?
You hit all of them that I know of. Yeah, definitely.
Man, I keep on. I'm giving coffee all of me. I'm really spun. All right, so let's move on from that then. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Do it up.
All right, so NonSequitur Show updates. There's a new order out in front of the judge. It was put in on the 8th, I believe. Yeah, the 8th. And it's basically what we had before, only longer, expressing a lot more of the facts. There was that 30-day waiting period. However, my lawyer is pretty confident that the judge should sign it this week. He understands that there's some priorities here to get that channel back. So we have requested it back. The judge says, hang on, who's messaging me? Oh, okay, my daughter. I'll get back to her. So if you want to go check that out, you can actually go to North Carolina's public records and actually downloaded it. I know that people were telling me they couldn't access it out of the country because of, I guess you need a VPN. If that's the case, there is a Google Doc that I uploaded. I will get you guys that link if you will. But if not, maybe GeoStream, somebody who has a link in the chat. But we are moving forward on that. We are requesting the channel come back to us, the podcast, any associated accounts, including Twitter, including Patreon, the whole 9 yards. We're going to go for. We are also asking
potentially even the Discord.
Potentially even the Discord. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be asking for. We're just throwing everything out there since Kyle decided not to respond and he's basically gone into hiding. Everything we ask for, if he doesn't respond on it to try to fight it, it's kind of a given that we'll get it if we can justify it. And so we're going to be asking for not just the principal, which is going to be, again, several tens of thousands of dollars, but legal court cost. We're going to be asking for 3 times damages. If you read the order, it's asking for 3 times the principal damages. And then we're going to be asking for up to $25,000 per count. He was found on 7 counts, including fraud, fraudulent conversion, unjust enrichment, breach of contract, breach of fiduciary duty, and then I don't remember the other ones were, but each count is up to $25,000. Now, I don't know the exact amount, but I got to tell you, we're going to be asking for as much as humanly possible.
RNGD is asking about VMix.
VMix? No, VMix, it
probably expired already.
Yeah,
it was a year.
Is it a year?
I think it's a year. Each of your subscriptions. Yeah, you got to renew it.
It doesn't matter. Bulldozer has VMix, so we'll get that too if that's the case. But Bulldozer will be our producer for the NonSequitur Show. Already negotiated with him. That's gonna be great. We're looking forward to that because I haven't worked with Bulldozer in ages, and I miss the guy. I mean, he's one of the best people on the planet. So it'd be nice.
He deserves it too.
He deserves it. Yeah. Like I said, I wanted him to be actually a part of NonSequitur. Before he was a part of it, but kind of behind the scenes. But I think Chester and I would probably agree that having him more integrated would be nice.
Why the hell would we not?
Yeah.
Give me one reason why we would not want Boole to be able to involve himself more.
Exactly. Yeah.
I see no reason not to do that at all.
Yeah. So people are asking me how long it takes to recover damages. Quite some time. It's going to. I have contacted YouTube. They have asked for documentation, but it was holiday weekend, so I don't expect them to get back to me anytime soon. But I have informed them that I have been given ownership of the channel. So once he signs those papers, the channel is technically mine. Matter of fact, it's technically mine now because the default judgment is. So that has already been signed. So there's a legal case to be made that the channel is legally mine, but until YouTube pulls their head out of their ass and gives me the channel, or Kyle decides to sign it over, which he'll be legally compelled to do at one point, or he'll be in front of the judge explaining why he didn't.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time. I don't expect it to be the next 30 days. And the books have, well, it's 14 days for to turn the channel over to me and 30 days to show the books. So, which by the way, we know they don't exist. Does that help? Yep. Does you got any questions on that?
About NonSequitur? No.
Well, anybody asking live chat that I'm missing?
Oh no, I didn't say anything they missed.
Okay.
The only one I see is we don't want awesome people like Boole. Is that a reason?
No,
no, because even people who don't want awesome people still want Boole. Everybody wants Boole.
My friend Jeff. By the way, I finally pronounced his name right. It's Jeff from the live chat. Does Kyle at least get a pillow to bite on? Nope, he's taking it dry. Straight up dry.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we kept throwing pillows at him, and he kept refusing them.
Thank you.
Yep.
I mean, am I really out of line to say that I had that, especially when all this went down, that I had not gone on a way to extend to him every possible consideration, knowing full well that he was probably going to hang himself?
I was shocked by how many you actually extended to him. You offered to let it all go if he just got a hold of you and admitted to everything and, worked with it. So
I was going to get him half for everything.
No, I agree. Yeah.
That's craziness to me.
In perpetuity.
He could have been set. He could have been making $5,000 a month and sat back and had a couple channels and his reputation intact. But he decided to listen to people like Godless Engineer, Caitlin Chloe, Katie Polson, and Mr. Atheist, all 4 of which I hold personally responsible for the downfall of the NonSequitur Show, and I always will. And I'm going to keep on
he wasn't just
people
listening to those people either. If you've heard any of the Discord messages, there's a handful of people that we know for a fact he was talking to. I wonder who those people are.
And
they
somehow
should not be
deny
named.
it too.
Do they did not? Yeah.
They did not.
Yeah, they do. They act like it never happened. Like it just.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, isn't that something that one of them did in one of their videos, saying they were defending themselves or something? They were like, I was never in any Discord saying any of this stuff, and it's like, oh really?
Like
Oh,
I had the recordings on D Live. They were so mad about it.
And I had people coming to me saying, "Oh, hey, you mean you have access to an illegally recorded message?" And I'm like, "That's not how any of that works." I was just laughing. Okay, for any of you who don't know how Discord works, Discord has a message when somebody is recording or is live. So if you decide to stay in that chat because it lets you know, then you've waived your right to any sort of expectation of privacy by utilizing Discord. So you can't even say that, oh, well, I didn't know I was being recorded. You are made aware that you are being recorded, or you can be recorded. And on top of that, people were like, well, but it's against the terms of service not to ask everybody in the chat. Kind of, but the terms of service are vague enough, and they're there to protect Discord, not to protect you. Get out of here.
Well, the worst part is in my recording, it starts off with one of the guys saying something to the effect of, "Hi to everyone that's recording this." So that's enough of a warning that there's people recording, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, they knew. Somebody said, "Are you a veteran?" Yes, I'm a veteran, and I'm proud to have served 6 years in the Navy, machinist mate first class.
Me too.
Surface warfare, honorably discharged. Contrary to what people have been saying about stolen valor. Matter of fact, I literally on my Facebook, I tagged like 9 shipmates and people that I've known in the military. I think one of them was even from boot camp. It's like, okay, so all these people are lying that I actually served with them.
Yeah.
Okay, you go with that.
Unirock, you're a veteran as well, right?
Yes, I am. Air Assault Badge, Good Conduct Medal, War on Terrorism Service, and all that stuff. I had to show it once.
I got my Good Conduct Medal. I don't had a medal. Here we go. For those of you guys who don't know that this is in the Navy, that's a Good Conduct Medal, the red one. So that's what you get for every 4 years if you don't get any trouble. You basically don't have captain's mast or any kind of non-judicial punishment or court martial. It's not as easy to get as you think, by the way, because I don't know how it was in the Army, but in the Navy, people go to non-judicial punishment quite often.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard in the military, in the Army. I mean, you literally cannot get in trouble at all. If you get in trouble at all, like if you're late for work and you get, I think like they may like every once in a while you can get away with being late once, but if you're late at all or anything, any little thing, you get any disciplinary action, it's a automatic dismissal of your Good Conduct Medal when you get out.
Dereliction of duty, things like that. Now, I did go to XOI once, but XOI is not as bad as captain's mast. XOI is basically the XO determines if it's worthy to go to captain's mast, and they determined it wasn't because I defended myself properly. So that I gotta admit, when you're in the
military, AT2 said it's not a Good Conduct Medal. It's an every 3 years of not getting caught.
Well,
there you go.
Well, first of all, this is 4 years in the Navy, 4 years. But it's 3 years in the other services. But you're right. There's probably a lot of shit I probably did that I probably should have lost it. I admit that. Who doesn't in the Navy or in the military?
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
I'm there with you.
Yeah.
Sneaking into formation in the back and they haven't noticed you're late yet. Things like that.
Especially when you've been out partying the night before.
Oh, yeah.
Sean says, Uni, you're spinning back and forth, man. Don't pee in your cup.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm spinning?
Yeah. Are you jonesing, dude?
You're doing a little bit of...
I just do this every time I go live or play video games or anything. I just rock.
I think
that's why they call me Unirock. Duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
No, in the Navy, it's every 4 years for the AT2. It's not 3 years. It's 4 years you get the Good Conduct Medal. I know because, I
only get it once in the Army.
Because it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 years. Now, they might have changed that. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I was in a long time ago. Now it's okay. Now he's making me look this up. Medal, Navy.
Oh, quick! While he's looking stuff up, if anybody has any questions about NonSequitur, ask them in the chat and tag me right now.
It's okay. It's 3 years now, but see, when I was in, it was 4. I'm positive of that. Well, I think I'm positive. And now is gaslighting me? Has that changed? Because I didn't get a second Good Conduct Medal even when I was in for 6 years.
I only heard you get one, but like I said, I don't know how the Navy.
No, you get. I think you get a star on it. Like
maybe you do. I don't know. I was only in one term. I got injured.
Oh, okay,
so.
okay. So here we go. Ready this? The current Navy Good Conduct Medal is issued to active duty enlisted sailors who completes 3 years of honorable and faithful service since January 1996. For prior awards to personnel between November 1st, 1963 and January 1996, 4 years of service were required. I was in between 87 and 93. Boom, motherfuckers. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, Jared was trying to gaslight me because he probably knew that because he knows a lot about military shit, but he was messing with me. See what they do to me? Messing with me.
I see it, Steve. Damn it.
This is what we do in the military. We mess with people's heads.
Yeah.
Okay, so
psychological warfare.
Somebody's asking, will Boole have an episode on computing? I think that'd be a great idea. Why the hell not? If he wants to do it, I don't see why not. How long do you think it will take to make up the damage on the channel? Depends. I think we'll be able to actually undo a lot of the damage pretty quickly, just because of the hand change. I don't think that'll take too long. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I think it'll come back pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done, but I think it's definitely doable. We have a game plan, so.
Why are you only asking for half the channel until July only? Isn't the channel half yours? I think that person got confused. Steve was offering Kyle to have everything backwards still if he gave it back before all of this has gone down. Now Steve's going after everything.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, and what if you read what we wrote, we were asking for everything up to June 11th. Which was the time that I was forcibly removed from my own channel and own show. There's a reason for that. I talked to the lawyer. He's like, what we wanted to do was we wanted to get everything up to that point, and then we can ask for anything after that, which was the fact that things are 30 days behind, right? So we can ask for everything after that. He just wanted a benchmark to say this is what we definitely are owed. Now we have to determine whether Steve was unlawfully kicked off and things of that nature, which we did. So there's a reason why I was asked that way. So, but yeah, I was going to get
Steve.
But
did Steve win the right to wipe Kyle's little smug smile off of his face? I don't think he's smiling anymore.
Jeff has another super chat.
Yep. Hope Chesh wasn't suggesting that Unirock take a Riley on stream. # Leaky Warrior. That is 100% what Sean was suggesting. That was absolutely what Sean was suggesting.
Leaky.
Yeah. Rodent said, how long do you think people will troll the new NonSequitur show? Forever.
Oh, yeah.
I assume.
We expect that.
I mean, they're trying to troll here. Why wouldn't they troll over there?
Yeah.
Helios asks, is there anything that you want Wrenches to do for help with the relaunch? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Reds is getting the honor of removing all of the wrenches as soon as the show is back in control.
Yes, he is.
Jason said you should ask for the funds when Mr. Atheist and GE were on the show.
Yeah, there's something to that actually. But yeah, we have a game plan in mind. We're reaching out to some people. I'll let you guys know as soon as I get control of the channel. But again, it's gonna be some time. But it is in progress. Technically, I do own the channel outright now, according to the legal aspect of it. But getting YouTube to recognize that is very difficult. It'll
take some time,
and we'll get into the YouTube issues here coming up here.
Well, there's a little bit more. Okay, sorry, I'll get to that. Okay, where the fuck is Nunbot? Listen, I'm pretty. Poof! Why would Steve do this?
Blame it on Nunbot. Yeah.
That was Nunbot.
Misha Griffith says, because the Kyle supporting 4 are acting as if nothing happened, do you think they would just ignore the reaction or recreation of the NonSequitur show, or will they get their minions to take a dump on the new show? I don't know, but they are these 4. We need to come up with a name for them.
I already did.
What?
The Steve McCaters.
No, like the Fantastic Four only.
That's a good one.
I got you.
The Fanatical 4 or something. I don't know. But
I'll think about it.
Yeah. But they.
That's giving them too much credit, calling them fanatical. So
we'll think of something. But I like the fact that all 4 of them have outright said Kyle lied to them. No shit. But none of them, not one of them, not a single one of them apologized to the NonSequitur Show fans, and not a single one of them said, hey, to Kyle, you need to pay Steve. Nothing about the money. Nothing about the money from any of them. No acknowledgement whatsoever that he stole $60,000.
It's not just immoral or unethical. It is literally disgusting, their behavior. And when I identify people like that in my life, I ignore them after that. I don't continue to torture myself interacting with people who act that way. I don't know why anybody else would personally.
Well, I don't want to deal with them, but I made a promise that I would not let people forget. And, I
won't either. I don't blame you, Steve.
Thank you.
I wouldn't let them
forget. I mean, I go after people that come after me for the most part. There's some people I just outright ignore. But when you have destroyed what I work to build, and you think I'm going to let you forget about that, and then you try to pass it off as if you're the victim because you were lied to, go fuck yourself. Okay?
I do a video every month, just making sure their subscribers know, the new ones.
Thank you. And I hope everybody does. And once this is more resolved, I know there's some larger channels, big channels that want to get involved with this to document this, and I will be interviewing them.
I'm working on it too. I
would really appreciate that. Because I hold Mr. Atheist and all of them responsible. I mean, Mr. Atheist streamed in my channel after cease and desist, knowing full well that he shouldn't be able to do that, and it was half my channel saying that, oh well, Kyle said he gave me he said
he did a smile into like, what a dirty.
Yeah, he literally said, well, Kyle convinced me that he had the rights to remove Steve from the channel. You lying son of a bitch! You are an outright liar, Mr. Atheist.
Why didn't you ask Steve then?
Oh man, I'm telling you. Hey, Bear.
Do you have any? Han asked Cheshire. Do you have any media plan for once you take it over? And if so, is there something your fans can do?
Whose fans?
He means the Non-Sequitur Show. Mine.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Hopefully, you got fans.
Oh, don't worry. I'll let you guys know the secret passcode.
Awesome.
You'll know when it's go time. You'll know.
By the way, Bear Anime is in the audience. You guys might remember him for like years ago with video YouTube stuff. He hasn't posted anything about a year, but I think we might post something that we might work with him on. But he's gonna be on next week, I think, if Jess is down for that, to talk about gaming stuff.
Hell yeah.
Really cool.
Gaming stuff. Yeah. I'm a gaming expert.
You can always join us, Unirock. You have like a carte blanche,
I know.
Dude. So,
I know.
Yeah. I even just realized I put all your whole name in capital letters. That's kind of cool.
No, do that. Yeah. It's powerful.
Jason says, tell Steve he should get it all. Fuck Kyle.
Well,
Kyle
getting him to pay.
Removed you seriously. I cannot so Daniel in here said Kyle forcibly removed you seriously. This is exactly what we mean. Why we still have to talk about this sometimes, because people don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, and we are getting rid. Well, can we just tell Chester a little teaser? We are getting rid of the nun theme. The nun theme, by the way. He just says the nun and the nun jokes should go. Yeah, we're changing things up. FYI.
Yeah, I think Reds was planning on live streaming him removing all of the mods and kicking everybody out.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so great.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about naked cooking. That's all we're going to be doing. We're going to be cooking on there and naked. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure who the new wrenches are going to be. I'm sure that'll come that'll probably happen as we go. Like, as people come in, we'll be like, oh yeah, no, we know you. You're getting a wrench. Oh, we know you. You're getting a wrench.
Unirock, you want to be naked on our stream? Well, is Rachel okay with that?
Yeah, as long as YouTube doesn't ban me, I'm down.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, it's it wouldn't ban you. It'd probably ban this channel, right?
You never know. They get retroactive sometimes, but
good point. By the way, somebody says, "Happy Unirock, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service."
Thank you. Anytime. I miss it. I would have stayed in much longer than I just couldn't. Yeah, I was forced to go. So
it's funny you mentioned that, because I have a segue to that in my letter that I want to read today, that I talk about staying a little bit in like reserves, but we'll get to that in a second. We are so close to 100. We need 14 more likes. So everybody who's watching, share this video on Facebook, share it on Twitter, and ask people, come like and subscribe. I haven't really moved much in this channel as far as like subs. I haven't been pushing it that much. Jeff and I really don't push it that much. We probably should more, but we're kind of waiting for the Non-Sequitur Show stuff to come back, and then we'll push, because we want to get to like 50,000 on Non-Sequitur pretty quick. I don't think I'll ever get to 50,000 in this channel, and I recognize that. I've been saying that for the longest time, and I'm okay with that. But I think definitely we can with the Non-Sequitur Show channel, right? And we get Unirock. He already got one channel that has like 30,000 something, but we gotta get Unirock to the 30,000, 50,000, because I like that channel better, because that's what I watch you for. I don't watch you for your other stuff. Yeah. No offense. I love your commentary stuff.
I don't think I'm gonna go back to my main channel. It sounds crazy because it's got 40,000 subs, but I think I'm gonna stay on this one. I like it. So.
I think what you do now is your forte. I think that your ability to analyze and just communicate with people and have an actual entertaining show. I don't watch that much shit. I couldn't. There's 1,000 fucking people I know on YouTube. I watch the highlights from stuff, but I can't watch a 2-hour video. But I'll sit and I'll be doing something, right? Like in WordPad or Calc or Excel or writing something. And I'll just have you in the background listening. Seriously, and that's high praise because I got to tell you,
I had 3,000 people watching the other night. I was pretty shocked, honestly.
That's a lot.
One of my bigger ones on. I've had bigger on the main channel, but that was a record for the Unirock too. So that was cool.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm being told that I need to do more cooking shows.
Why did I hear
You
that?
should.
Why did I hear that as I being told I need to do more cocaine?
Because you have Kyle on the brain.
Dick burn.
I know nothing.
Put on.
Yeah. This is why I have a Cheshire, by the way.
Does Steve think he will get any money back from Kyle, a broke felon, and somebody else was asking, do they think that Kyle will be able to pay? Chances are that Kyle's just going to end up having his wages garnished. He's not going to, like...
Yes and no. There's a problem with that. There's ways of garnishing wages in North Carolina, but North Carolina has laws that prevents garnishing. But there are some exceptions. We're looking into that. Finally, I got coffee on me. We are looking into that, but we can't attach his bank accounts. We can't attach assets. There are other ways to collect. So it will haunt him forever. By the way, he cannot discharge in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy because it was under fraud and breach of fiduciary duty, which are non-dischargeable debts. So he can't run away from that. And he is running. I mean, he literally is running right now. Nobody's heard from him. But I feel vindicated as fuck, to be honest with you.
You should.
NonSequitur Show likely
I'm not
get
snorting
a boost
cocaine.
He's snorting coffee beans.
I'm snorting coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
NonSequitur Show
Caffeine
will likely get a boost once you rev it up again with new format.
I think
real
so.
NonSequitur Show fans will come. Plus, with Cheshire added to the show, we'll give it way better than Kyle and you.
Thanks. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about that. She's epically better.
I think there's the only concern that is there is that hitting the algorithm like that might not be a good thing, provided we don't hit it consistently. But I feel like we have the content. I feel like we have the stuff ready in the background, so that once we're good to go, we're gonna hit the ground running, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Can you make poutine? I could do a cooking show where I make poutine.
Oh, hey, look, 110 likes. Congratulations, people. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Here comes the trolls. Yay! Hey,
you notice how the downvotes went up too, though.
Well, and here's the thing. Look, and by the way, the downvotes, unless they're like a substantially greater than your likes, that means that then it hits the algorithm. So that actually adds to the algorithm. But here's the thing. I can't have a show without the trolls because even though I don't talk about specific names, their hate has fueled my base. Their hate and their complete unethical, morally bankrupt behavior that we've talked about for years, that Reds and I have both said how unethical some of these people are. This is why we left some people. They've demonstrated in spades that everything we've said is complete and God honest truth.
Yes. I couldn't believe it myself, seeing it with my own eyes.
And you're relatively new to the community and you've seen it.
Yeah. Oh man, you can see it going back. They're very dedicated. You've got a very dedicated troll base, and they're obsessed. You're like a celebrity, Steve. I always say this. You have a amount of trolls and fans equaling a 200,000 subscriber channel with your channel now. So I think your channel's going to grow and blow up as it goes.
Well, I appreciate that. Somebody had told me that they said, Steve, you may not be the biggest YouTuber, but you should be the biggest in the skeptic community. And I took that as the greatest compliment ever. I only have 12,000 subs. And somebody said, well, Steve, you only get about 200 live viewers at a time, 300. And about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views a video. I'm like, do you understand how exceptional that is for a 12,000 channel?
That is very exceptional.
I mean, to me, that's extremely high. I've seen channels that have 100,000 subs that only get 100 people watching. They only,
200 people, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that.
The ex-Hindu atheist for $1.99 said vibes, but it's a sticker.
Yeah, we like the stickers.
Stickers are super cute.
I like it.
Is there a time frame for the restart of NonSec? Not yet.
It'll be next year.
We're hoping for times, but we don't know yet.
It won't be until next year.
And Jason asked, who do you think are the worst? The worst what? That's a really broad question.
Can you be a little bit more specific? Yeah.
You shouldn't have given Steve the amulet of troll attraction.
Oh, it's kind of funny they're going after Chet. Like, I don't care if the trolls come after me. Every time they come after me, it's backfired on them spectacularly. I mean, it's just they're so inept at trolling, I think. But I don't care. I don't pay them any attention, and it just solidifies my base. But they go after my friends like Chesh, they go after Reds, and now they're starting to go after like Sweet Heathen and some other people. That's what's actually making a huge difference, because people are like, oh, it's not just Steve that they have this hate boner for, but they're actually like going after people that just because they're associating with Steve. Oh, these people are pieces of shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Don't
unethical
forget to
as
share
hell.
The video and hit that little subscribe and the little bell thingy.
Well, you have Unirock, you've got your own little troll group too going on that I don't even have any knowledge of them really.
I like watching Unirock's mods just whack,
Whack 'em all.
whack.
They're very good at whacking a mole. They're trained. They've had to do it for so long that, they're good at it. I'm telling you. We got some good mods. No, I've had a troll group for a while, and I handle them pretty. I do it in this weird way. I kind of troll them back in a comedic way, but very lightly, like very. I don't know how to explain it, but I do handle them. So you
handle your business. All right, do you guys want to get into the letter from home? Because this is actually a pretty good one. All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing contacts today, but my landlord loaned me these reading glasses, and they're really freaking good. So I'm going to put my intelligence glasses on. They magnify everything. I say, holy crap. Yeah. Okay. So this was actually a letter to home that I wrote 3/24 of 1993. So this was like pretty much 8 months before I got out of the Navy, because I got out discharged of October of 1993. And actually what's really cool is this is actually on Truxton Stationery. Can you guys see that logo?
Nice.
Yeah, my ship was USS Truxton CGN-35. So here we go. You're going to have to watch the live chat and let me know if they have questions while I read this. So.
I am watching.
Well, since I haven't been able to call home recently, simply because of the fact that we have only been in port for a day, I thought I would write and fill you in on my current status in life. We went to Melbourne, Australia earlier in the month. By the way, I didn't know Sarah Michelle back then, or I would have seen her. But I had to work 2 days out of the 5 days we were there. Beautiful city, very Victorian-type buildings. Met some wonderful people while I was there, a few of whom I'd like to stay in touch with if possible. All in all, it was a great port visit. Actually, it has been our only port visit. And by the way, I didn't stay in touch with them. Right now, we are in Bahrain. Bahrain. Not a very exciting place, but let me tell you, we're expected to spend about 3 months in the Gulf doing fleet exercises during the 3 months. However, our pay is tax-free, and I'm getting an extra $110 in hazardous duty pay because the Gulf is still a, quote, war zone. There's a 50-50 chance that we might go to Somalia. Is that how you spell it? I don't know how to spell Somalia. For a few weeks.
To be fair, you're writing an actual letter. There isn't a little red squiggly line underneath it.
No, I'm really actually. Yeah, no, I even put that. Can you read that? Is that how you spell it? I'm reading this verbatim.
I believe you.
Yeah. I write how I think. People know that by now. Oh boy, what fun that would be. The ship next to us, the USS Left Winch, lost their helo a few days ago. I think, by the way, this goes in what you were talking about, Unirock. I think 5 crew members were lost. It was due to a hydraulic failure, I think. It reminded us all how dangerous our jobs can be. Went to medical today because of a twitching I had in my eye for about 3 days. They told me it was a stress-related twitch, and that I was under stress and needed to relax. No shit, huh? I actually wrote no shit. No shit, huh? Yeah, hey, Unirock, you go to medical and they're telling you, oh, you're under stress.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for the news flash, buddy.
So you went to medical school for that diagnosis, Doc.
No shit, Sherlock. I think is the phrase for that one.
All I know, it's been driving me crazy. Looks as if my terminal leave starts September 9th. I should be out by 49 days early. Better than nothing. We have approximately 130 days left of Westpac, and then it's all downhill. I only have to survive to the end of Westpac, and it's over. I took the first class exam a few weeks ago, but there is almost a 0 chance that I passed the test. I had no clue on 90% of the questions. None of the questions had anything to do with what I do. I'll find out if I made it or not in June, July, but the chances are very, very, very slim. Oh well, at least I tried. By the way, I passed.
Hey!
I became first class. Spoilers. But the nukes are a lot different from regular machinist rates. They just happen to be the same rate, but they don't do the same job, clearly. Got some information about Naval Reserves. It's $180 for 1 week and a month, $650 plus VHA and Comrats for 2 weeks a year. Send me some info on the Air Force Reserve if you find any. This is what I was telling Unirock. I was thinking about being staying in the reserves. Did you ever think about that?
I couldn't. I'm disabled now, fully disabled, so I wouldn't be able to serve in the reserves. Yeah.
Would you have thought about it had it been?
Oh yeah, okay. Definitely. Yeah. I would have probably stayed in for 20 years though if I didn't get injured, medically evacuated and everything.
I couldn't imagine 20 years. You know, I probably would have stayed longer.
Out of Iraq.
I had one bad chief, and if it probably wasn't for him, I may have stayed in. But you know, you get one bad apple, and it sours you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these
I had a really great lieutenant though.
I love these glasses. I can see you big. Yeah, I can read everything out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying I had a really great lieutenant, and I did have a lot of bad sergeants and officers, but I had a really cool one too, so it made up for it, I think.
You weren't here for my last letter where I pointed out that to be an officer, you have to have certain requirements, like always be an asshole at all possible times, not know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I totaled up credits, by the way, from Navy courses. It's only 100. It's about 140 credits, 5 credits. I have 3 credits from Central Texas College for the Western Civ course I took last Westpac. Plus, I'm taking the English CLEP test within the Navy. Within the next few weeks. By the way, I didn't need it. I actually took English 1A in college when I got out. Especially, I'm only a few credits short of an associate's degree. New York State Regents College offers more credits than what is listed in the ACE guide. I think about just receiving a degree in nuclear technologies from them. Send me some info on College of the Desert when you can. Oh well, got to go. Things are better around here, but they're still far from great. Only 167 days left in the Navy. I started with 2,192 days. Talk to you later. Love always, Steve McRae. 2,992 days. That's a lot of freaking days to be in the Navy. I think it was pretty accurate, but anyways, that was me from years ago. I'm pretty much the same person.
82 said post 2000, most of the senior enlisted went downhill, and then somebody said went in, and God's auditor said that they went in 2012, so that's all they experienced. And then somebody said same here, Uni. That was Darth Chaz 1.
Darth.
Nice.
Hey, Darth.
I've seen Darth in your chat before, yeah. Same here, Uni. I would have done 20 years as well.
And,
I'm paraphrasing.
And Dapper Dino, thank you for your service. He was a nuke as well.
Yep.
I think Scuba Steve was ex-military. AT2 Productions, thank you for your service. I'm probably missing a lot of people, so I can't get to everybody. But anyways, that was one of my letters from home. I got plenty more. Like I said, my mom gave me a stack of them that I just totally forgot about. I'm glad people like seeing a part of my history. So
it's awesome, yeah.
But
I love it.
This kind of segue into the topic at hand, the YouTube just being YouTube. Love that title.
Thanks, T-Jump.
Thanks, T-Jump. By the way, Unirock loves T-Jump.
Can I tell you my nickname for T-Jump?
Yes, please.
Without being mean here, I call him T-Chump. T-Chump.
I call him T-Dump.
Aww.
T-Dump is. Oh my God, what's better, audience? Which is better? One in the chat.
Two.
Why not both?
T-Chump. 1 for T-Chump, 2 for T-Dump in the chat. Let's see it.
All right, Chess and Uni, why don't you guys fill us in what's been going on the YouTube crap?
Start us off.
All right. So essentially, what went down is, well, YouTube's been kind of a shit show for quite some time, even a little bit before the very first adpocalypse went down. There was some weird things going on in the background. There's so many people made videos that, oh, YouTube is shutting down my channel. I don't know what to do. Even Philip DeFranco, who does the news, was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my channel because da 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 da. And YouTube, I think, in my opinion, made one very large mistake, and that mistake was essentially they chose the advertisers over their product. The product being us, the creators, the people who actually provide something that the advertisers can reach, so they can reach an audience. Because YouTube can't reach an audience on their own. All you need to do is go look at YouTube Rewind this past year. One of the most down.
No, it was the most. Yeah, it was the most downvoted. It beat out Justin Bieber.
Is it still though?
I think so.
Is it still the most downvoted?
Yes,
I think
still is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
YouTube,
YouTube doesn't have an audience without the creators. And I think YouTube has forgotten that and doesn't understand, like, is not understanding the balance there. I think that's where things essentially started to go wrong, and it's just been going downhill ever since. Recently, what had happened with Markiplier is that he did a live stream. Now, Mark is a huge channel, like one of the top ones. Back in the day, it was him and PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye. The three of them basically dominated, particularly in the gaming section of YouTube. And before, PewDiePie pulled away, Jack is happy with where he is, so he's not trying to grow, he's not trying to go down. He plateaued and he's happy to stay there. And then Mark. And Mark was having a live stream, and in that live stream he asked people to vote, kind of like what we just did. And it was one, he said green or red. Green if you want this, red if you want this. Now
his emojis, yeah.
Yeah, it is his emojis. Now he's worked with YouTube directly and had things that were put forth by YouTube, like produced shows with YouTube and such directly. So he's not some random. He's worked with them directly. He's gotten okays to do specific things. He was in, I think, more than one YouTube Rewind at this point. Mm-hmm. And so when that happened, people were getting their accounts removed.
For spam.
For spamming, yeah. So it was, they didn't just get their YouTube account suspended. They didn't just get their YouTube account banned, which is a big deal on its own. They got their Google accounts banned.
Creators, everything. Yeah,
they lost their email, the Google Drive, any documents they had in there, gone.
Pictures, YouTube channels, all of it.
Yep, everything. So as far as I know, these things have... YouTube said that they've restored everybody after they said, oh, we can't. There's nothing we can do. It took them a week. And that was with Markiplier getting... Now, Markiplier managed to get a hold of somebody named Susan Daniels, who is the head of content. And I guess Susan was like, oh, hell nah.
Did she think they really... Did she go, oh, crap, we messed up really? Because you'll get into it. Had Reds tweeted, because he literally laid it out, but did she go, oh, my God, we have a crisis here at PR Nightmare?
Yeah, she was upset for a few reasons. One, she's the head of content, so she doesn't actually... She wouldn't be in charge of who's getting restricted and who's not. She's just the head of...
Or was she upset that he contacted her?
Sorry?
Was she upset he contacted her?
I don't think so.
Would she have been able to say anything? Okay. I don't think so. She wouldn't have known.
Oh, okay.
So now Mark now has her personal number, apparently, according to the update I just watched during this stream. So forgive me if I get a couple of the details a little bit vague, because I literally just watched it. YouTube had said that they've restored all the accounts, but we can't actually confirm that everybody's gotten restored yet. It took Mark a week with his mods gathering all that information from everybody off of like Mark's Discord and other places where he had to try and reach out to people, because now their email's gone. How are you going to contact them?
Oh, they Intrigued Feline said that Suzanne Daniels contacted Markiplier.
It said that she did get in contact with him after he messaged her, but maybe I missed.
When you got 25 million subs, you got more clout than the rest of us Joe Smuckatellis on YouTube, right?
Well, even if he has more clout, that still took him a week to get anybody to respond to him.
Yeah, but I had one email that I've gotten from YouTube about the NonSequitur Show channel from an actual human. One.
Oh, and they apparently the reasoning that they're giving for why they were carefully manually reviewed was because it's essentially a number scale. If you post X number of emojis, it's automatically counted as spam. So when they sent the emails through to get checked, they looked at the numbers, but didn't actually look at what was going on. So they looked at the numbers, said, yeah, that's unusual, looks like spam to me, and then just moved on, right? But the thing is no light bulb went off when you got all of a sudden a shitload of these coming in all from one space. You don't think that maybe that would, red flag?
If they fixed it, though, I think that means, they would have, fixed the code that did this or whatever, so that people can use emojis again. So.
Well, no, I don't know.
I fixed the code yet.
Yeah, I don't know if they think there's a problem with the code, because I think what they were trying to do is, these channels where people just go and they spam a bunch of ASCII art and they spam, alt-right stuff, and I think they're trying to cut down on that kind of stuff, right? But I don't see those. Those weren't the channels that got deactivated. And by the way, they weren't just deactivating the YouTube channels; they were deactivating the entire Google account. Which means if you had RedTube, you couldn't even deactivate it, and they were charging you for it, which I think is highly illegal.
Yeah.
Adam Morgan for 1999.
Wow, thank you, Adam.
The reason for demonetization is because there are not enough advert funds for every creator. They are consolidating it into a smaller, high-traffic groups, removing people because of not being advertiser-friendly is just a guise.
There's truth to that. Yeah, there's truth to that.
Yeah, that's the update that we're getting. Well, that's the recent update that they're saying that they're going to remove people's stuff because they're not advertising. What did they say? There's a specific term.
The
marketable, I think.
They said in the TOS is like if they can determine basically at will that they can remove your YouTube channel if it's not content, if it's not advertiser, not friendly was the term they used. They used
I think it's a business.
Not viable
it
either.
Wasn't.
I can't remember. So here's what happened on Twitter. So YouTube, Team YouTube added Markiplier. It says, "Hi Mark, apologies this happened and thanks for bringing it to our attention. The accounts have been reinstated, and we're looking into why the appeals were denied and how we can prevent this in the future. Markiplier, hello, I appreciate the update, but there are still issues. Not all accounts are reinstated. Some are missing videos. What assurance do I have that people won't be banned again during streams in the future? Why are they banned in the first place? Why ban their Google accounts?"
Yeah, that was odd.
I understand that transparency isn't usually YouTube's mode of operation, but when the problem runs this deep, you have to give us the why or people won't trust your platform. Yeah. YouTube, we are continuing to investigate. We just opened DM with one of your mods to get more information on any accounts that are still suspended. Someone on our team will follow up with you when we have more information. This was the 9th.
Yeah, I think the appeal was automatically denied, though. I think what you're right, Chess. When these things generate codes for why things are the way they are, and so they have an automated system, and I get that. It's a large company; there needs to be automation of some degree. I understand that reasoning. So did Markiplier, but when the code is, like example, like spam, just like emojis, right? They didn't have something in place to try to differentiate between actual spam and people. Like, for example, if I just had all hearts to somebody, that's not spam, right? That's me showing affection to the content creator. Yeah, I could have lost my entire YouTube channel and my Google account merely for doing that. They need to figure out how to fix that. I mean, that's just unconscionable.
Well, one of the things that pissed off Mark was that he asked people. He said, "Hey, put green or put red." He asked them to do that. And if your creators don't understand how the platform works, they can't utilize it properly, and this kind of shit happens.
Yeah, well, tell me exactly what happened, because he asked them to vote on something, and he said, put green if you want this, or red if you want this. So people were spamming, like, for the green, or they're spamming
green
for the red. And so that triggered, in the algorithm, these people are spamming, and they were losing their accounts.
And they were using their entire Google account.
And this sucks. Bullshit. It sucks because this is something that we sell on our channel in a way, like join our channel. That's something that provides us that revenue that we don't get from ads now with demonetization. It's the only thing that floats me by right now is my membership, to be honest. And that's one of the main parts of it is that's the only way you interact with your audience, through those emojis. Exactly.
Which, by the way, I don't even have join. I don't have a shelf yet. I don't have a join for membership.
You can get it.
How?
Just go to your channel. Go to your channel, like where you go to and it shows like live
streaming. I don't have an option for it. They never gave me the option for it.
I guarantee you do.
Really?
You just got to know where to find it.
All right, I'll get with you after this.
You know those little squares? Go there. Where the little squares are in your channel that tell you live streaming, uploading, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And your permission.
Oh, that's green.
Go there. And then the bottom right, look where it says memberships, and I bet you can.
I don't have that. I do not have that membership thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
It'll say off. It'll say on or off.
No. I'm pretty damn sure I don't even have that. I'll look at mine real quick.
That's the thing. I used to think the same thing, and then I looked there one day, and it was there, and I was like, "Yay, I can have members."
Let me see if it's updated.
There's actually another problem with this because YouTube also doesn't let you. You can't cancel your RedTube subscription.
Okay, I have. Okay, so half and half. I have where it says channel memberships. It says ineligible. The ability for offer memberships isn't yet available for your channel.
So there's another issue in here where if you get your account, your YouTube account permanently suspended or banned, you have no way to turn off if you have a YouTube membership thing. So you're still paying for it, but you don't have an account anymore.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Now I don't know. Can I request for the membership thing? Can you put in a request for it? Because it's as far as I know, it's a beta thing.
Steve, are you seriously doing this right now?
What?
Yes, Steve. Just send him an email.
Serious?
Yeah, just contact.
Do it after the show.
Sorry. I'm caffeinated. This is what we do.
He's caffeinated and he's just zoned right in on this.
My mind is always firing, okay? When I get caffeinated, it's like I'm literally shaking. No, I'm doing this on purpose.
I also said RedTube instead of YouTube Red.
Yeah,
RedTube is
Red. Yeah, I know it Red. Yeah, I know it. Yeah. But you're right. No, this is horrible. And I've noticed a lot of people not using as many emojis on my channel since this happened. And YouTube should be. YouTube has screwed itself, okay? Because we've hit a lot of things in the last 5 minutes or whatever. You talked about demonetization. You talked about this whole problem with Markiplier. YouTube needs to be able to communicate with us. We should know why we are demonetized. And I know there's a union right now that's petitioning YouTube, and that's exactly what they want. They want to know why they're demonetized. They want to know why a video gets deleted, why you get a strike for something specifically, which YouTube's gotten better about telling us why we get strikes. We used to not know. And this is completely different from the original YouTube. I was making content back in late 2016 where there was no demonetization. And we used to make 10 times what we make now in ads. Okay, imagine that.
Oh, yeah.
10 times what we make in ads. I had a video that got 10,000 views and it made so much money. And I was shocked by it because I used to only get 400 views back then, right? Demonetization took our ad revenue away by it took away 9/10 of the ad revenue. And then on top of that, and I'm not talking about getting a video demonetized. I'm talking in general, ads don't pay as much. Your CPM went down a lot. And then, as demonetization came in now, entire videos, I could literally make $1,000 with a video, and instead it'll make maybe $30. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying because I make about $3 to $5 a day on ad revenue with 1,000 videos. It's not a hell of a lot of money when you have 1,000 videos.
I made a little more in the last week.
But it used to be $20 a day for a while.
Yeah. Oh God! But back when my channel had 800 subs, I made a lot more in ad revenue than I do on YouTube now.
But I found out what it's called, by the way. It's, if they determined your YouTube channel is not, quote, commercially viable.
There it is.
Commercially viable. They could just say, we don't want to. We don't need you on our platform. It's scary because that's how I think they could use that to shut down people that they anyone. Oh, they don't. These people are talking bad about YouTube. Right.
Yeah. So Roy said somebody named Matt Christensen, who I'm not familiar with, had his stream nuked last night. In emails, YouTube told him to keep his videos within guidelines, and when he asked what the guidelines are, YouTube told him that they couldn't say. What the fuck, guys?
Then why are the guidelines if they can't tell you? How are they guidelines if they don't tell you what the guidelines are?
Well, they can't. They don't want to tell you because then they don't have to take responsibility.
They don't even know. The people that Chris is talking to, they're just peons at YouTube that have no information. They don't even have a way to look at his video and see what the reason is. They literally just put people. I don't know why they even put anyone there. It should be a robot by this point.
Well, it's funny you mention that because there is a thing that you can get a real-time chat with somebody, right? And they suppose if you need YouTube help or Google help. These people, those people don't know. All they do is they read off a thing. They have no ability to do anything. They're not prescriptively able to change anything. They can't help you with anything. All they are is information that they read off some help thing. That's it. That's all it is.
YouTube legitimately needs a higher up call center.
It's called second level review.
Center that is.
It'll never.
You need second level reviews.
Oh, I agree.
The problem
is going to happen.
But that's what we all know. We all know the issue. The issue is YouTube is the biggest platform, and because of that, now everybody abuses it. When you have a platform, once it gets this big, people that abuse it, they take up 99.9% of every call, every help request, everything that happens is somebody trying to manipulate your platform, and you get the real creators calling in once in a blue moon. So it's just
that's why you get something like some kind of verification system, right? So they once you have a big enough audience, you are supposed to have a contact at YouTube of some kind. They just don't follow through with that shit. So if you have some kind of verification, All you have to do is start flagging these people that you know are abusing it. You start flagging the people that you know are legitimately or going to have an issue, and then you just direct them in different ways.
Check this
Roy
out.
For $2 said, "I tagged Unirock on Twitter about Matt's nuking."
Oh, cool.
So
Check this out, though. Okay, for example,
retweet it to me, so I can see it too.
Okay, but wrap your head around this. Like Mellow Bird, he makes poltergeist videos, right? I don't know if you guys know who Mellow Bird is, but he's been around a long time. He makes videos about ghosts, right? And we were going to have him on the NonSequitur Show a long time ago, or at least we were trying to, and we're panned out. But he says, I once made enough money off one video in one weekend to go to Australia for a month. I never get videos demonetized, but the revenue is still a fraction of what it was. And he makes videos about ghosts. I don't know if he I don't know if he really believes it or not.
I feel his pain.
But
I feel his pain.
He made that much money making a ghost video. People like us make actual content. There's even people that are far more talented than I do. I mean, look at like Apologia video. How much work goes into something like that, or to dark matter.
This reminds me of this. Oh my God! This reminds me of this. The way this system is set up reminds me so much of the way restaurants are set up. Like in America and in the West, because you pay your server instead of the restaurant paying your server. So YouTube, instead of paying the creators, the people that are making them money, they're relying on the viewers to pay the creators. What a bunch of assholes!
Yeah, the tipping. People have been complaining about tipping in America. They think it's a kind of an odd system. Yeah, and tipping does. I tip, but I know what it's like to be, in a service industry, so I get it. I mean, I wasn't in a food service industry, but I understand service-related things, and people should be tipped properly. But in America, a lot of foreigners, especially in the United...
Tipping.
But in the UK, they don't have something like that. Tipping is they don't get it.
Exactly.
In Canada, the same way, if I'm not mistaken. They don't tip.
Well,
here, it's just not as big of a deal.
There's another huge part of this, too, and it's something I've noticed, and one thing they do is they're like scared of what goes viral. YouTube's been making changes for a long time so that they control what goes viral. Primarily after 2016 and the election, but for other reasons too. And I noticed the reason I brought up my video, that my live stream that got 3,000 concurrent views a few nights ago, I checked to see where the source traffic came from, and it came from suggested traffic. So basically, my videos, my live streams don't go out into the algorithm, and they don't pop up on random people's feeds as they used to on Unirock TV, my main channel, where we would have massive streams all the damn time. And just one of my streams actually being listed in the algorithm brought in 3,000 concurrent viewers. And it used to be every channel had that possibility, had the propensity. Because when somebody would click, they'd see your channel in their list, and and you'd only go out to like,
oh, what's that?
A super small percentage of people. So you get, now the way it worked is if your video's good and somebody clicked it, if they stay and watch for a little bit, YouTube sends it out to more, and it worked great and it was perfect. But people now, I don't even know how any small creator is going to grow, because you don't get that break where you're doing this awesome stream, YouTube seeing increased watch time, they're recommending it to a few more people, those people are watching, and then it goes exponentially up until it hits thousands. That's not going to happen for people anymore.
It doesn't happen
because YouTube has restricted that ability.
This video right here has already been demonetized. I just looked. So that means
Mine too.
So it's not going to be recommended. It's not going to be put out.
Exactly.
And let's say that I do. Well, I always review it. And a lot of times it does come back. Okay, it's congratulations, your video is now suitable for whatever. But you've already lost the initial couple thousand of people, and you've lost the ability for that to be promoted while you're streaming.
Yes.
This is why we don't rely on ad revenue anymore. I make $3 a day on ad revenue, although every little bit helps. So thank you. But the revenue comes from the followers with the super chats, the things like that, the Streamlabs. By the way, I have Streamlabs now.
YouTube is relying on the people to not just watch advertisers to play YouTube, because they're relying on you guys to watch ads so that way they can make money. They're relying on you guys to keep watching the channels, and they're relying on the people, the creators, to keep doing what they want to do because they did it before, and relying on they're punishing the viewers.
Oh yeah.
Ultimately,
Absolutely.
they're punishing the creators and they're punishing the viewers.
But the reality is most people are relying on Patreon. Like I'll put my Patreon in the live chat again. I really don't push my Patreon that often, but I have to now because again, as they noted, the avenue is not there. So Patreon is literally my main source of revenue, and I do talk to my patrons frequently. I'm so grateful for every one of them, whether they're $100 a month or $1 a month, it doesn't matter. I appreciate every one of them. But if for example, Bear Anime, in one of his videos, he talks about YouTube having these problems a year ago, and he actually left YouTube for the most part because there was no more money for him to be made. He was getting all these views. He had a channel that had, I don't know, like 200,000-300,000 subs, and all of a sudden,
still has,
poof. Yeah, but he hasn't a video in a year. Although I think that he's going to make a new one here hopefully soon, and we're going to maybe collab with him a little bit. But that's a shame when you have a platform that you build up a solid base, and you have to go somewhere else because YouTube says, you know what, we're going to demonetize your videos. Like every single one of mine becomes demonetized. I have to rely on Patreon. So I thank my Patreons, by the way.
Yeah, AT2 makes a good point. Is that at what point do creators like us jump ship to another platform?
There is no way.
There isn't.
It's impossible. You can't.
Where do we go?
Yeah.
There's no other platform. YouTube also, at the same time, is doing all of this. Every other platform. There was a platform called VidMe.
They're choking
them
out.
They choke them out. They choke them out through funding. They take away PayPal. They take away their, like, look at Dick Masterson. He runs the Dick Show. On Patreon, he made like $27,000 a month. Got me? And he didn't want to give 10% of $27,000 to Patreon every month when their platform was starting to suck and they were banning people and he didn't agree with them. So he made his own platform. He made a website where he could take their money. He did it through PayPal first, I believe, or maybe he did it through a bank. Every bank has systematically pulled out on Dick Masterson for no reason. And we're talking the guy that pulls in $30,000 a month through crowdfunding for a podcast that he does. So why are these banks pulling out of Dick? Why did they pull out of VidMe? Why did they pull out of Gab? Why did they pull out of every single thing that rivals Twitter, rivals YouTube, or rivals Twitch? It's just they are locking. They've made it to where capitalism doesn't work. Capitalism should work. It's a monopoly, It is a monopoly, yes. Capitalism should be another platform pops up, a rich person, a billionaire's like, oh, I'm going to make me a new YouTube. Like a billionaire 18-year-old or some shit whose dad's rich. I'm going to make a YouTube, dad. Okay, son, here's $1 billion. Whatever. Leave me alone so I could sleep with my hookers or whatever. You know.
You get a leg up. Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, he can't. Even if a billionaire kid tried to make a new YouTube, which he should be able to do in a capitalist country, it won't happen. They will have all banks pull out every ability for them to use the internet to fund or pay. And that should be, our government should be stepping in at this point. But what is our government doing? They're still allowing YouTube at this point to have publisher protection when YouTube has now stepped out of the realm of back when YouTube was free speech and let everybody have ads.
Before it got bought by Google.
There you go. Well, it was a few years later, but yeah, when demonetization and all that started, the government should have stepped in and said, okay, you now have went outside the realm of publisher protection.
You're public domain now. You're a public entity. Yeah, public entity.
Yeah.
They are in some ways. Sure.
Them government protection. Yep. Why? There's obviously, I know I'm going to be called a conspiracy
theorist. They're a public
theorist.
Utility at this point, it seems.
It does seem that way, but they don't act like it. They act like they're a freaking personal publisher of all of our stuff.
But do you agree that the newer channels, let's say in the last couple months especially, or even a year, they'll get some subs, and we promote them. I mean, I'm happy to promote newer channels. That's the whole thing for the Great Debate community. We want
that's
to.
How they get them. They don't get it through the algorithm like they used to. They get them through people like us helping.
But do you agree that them making YouTube to something that is commercially viable for themselves is extremely freaking difficult nowadays?
They're gonna kill their platform. YouTube's gonna kill itself. YouTube's going to kill itself and choke itself out by doing this, because what it's going to do is it's going to create all the only things that are going to be able to be played that are going to be advertiser friendly are going to be, even though it might be the same crap we talk about, it's going to be the late night show hosts. It's going to be like what is it, the kids ones, the kid YouTube, and it's going to be like hair and beauty stuff. And then maybe the gaming channels.
Unboxing. We're gonna do some unboxing. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm planning to do some late night stuff on the other channel, the Great Debate Community channel. If you want to subscribe to that channel, it's in the video description. Please do. But I want to have hangouts like we used to have like 5 years ago, where people just late at night would come over to my channel and we just kick it and just have discussions and
I
fun.
want to do that too.
So I'm going to arrange for that. I still got to finish soundproofing my room. I will make that happen. I want to do that on the GDC channel, not this particular one, because I want to have more philosophy and science. Like, we've been upping our game a little bit. With some guests, but I'm sorry, but Rick Lana was fun, even though he was just batshit. I like that kind of stuff, so I want to get more content like that. But we are saving a lot of stuff.
You want a dumpster fire with that guy? You got to bring a couple more people on with him.
I tried. No, I tried. King Crocoduck I wanted, but he was out of town. Oh well. But he actually asked for him. He's like, King Crocoduck's supposed to talk to me. King Crocoduck would have lost his mind. But I mean, we got things planned, but things are in flux, so I want to hold a lot off from the NonSequitur Show. The bigger names and people I've contacted that I know
what do we do?
Involved. What do we do? We hang tight, and we basically hope that people enjoy the content. Until then, this show, massive amount of feedback on it, has almost all been positive, although most of them are complimenting Chesh. Stroking her ego. But there's like one or two that are like, oh, Steve, this seems to be like a lot more drama on your channel, which not. But drama to me is people formulating and just, to me, drama is like people fabricating stuff for narrative.
But by that definition, to be fair, we do talk about drama because we do talk about people making shit up.
Yeah, but we're not causing the drama.
We're just not making it up on our own.
Yeah, it's however you want to use the word. If you want to call this particular show about drama, fine. But it is entertaining, and I enjoy it. Chesh enjoys it. Even Unirock likes it. So he doesn't like anything.
That's a good point. Tell me what you think about this a little bit, because Roy made a good point here. So they said, I think YouTube is trying to kill itself. They don't make Google money conspiracy theory. They want to get rid of the loss.
They want to get rid of a lot of the conspiracy theories and stuff, and they haven't yet. I mean, the flat Earth channels are still out there.
No. That's not.
There was a question.
They were saying that the conspiracy is that YouTube is trying to kill itself because they don't make Google any money. So they want to get rid of YouTube because it's not making them any money.
YouTube makes a butt ton of freaking money. Yeah, they
comparatively though.
Yeah, they make a ton of money. There's
I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers. So
YouTube always tells us historically. They tell us, and the big creators say this a lot too. So the people who talk to people behind the scenes at YouTube say that YouTube doesn't make a profit. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I know.
I don't either.
Because I mean, with Google backing them, I guarantee that YouTube doesn't pay for their storage space. I bet Google's at the front line of creating new technology, and they probably have a freaking skyscraper that houses all the terabytes that they'll ever need. But even if they did pay for storage space, I see how much money ads make. I mean, now here's the deal: the ads did not make less money when adpocalypse happened. The ads didn't go down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the 9/10 that we lost, YouTube is still gaining it. They've just decided to pay us a shit ton less. What it was we used to split with YouTube 50-50. So when we were a partner with any channel you created, you could upload 3, 4, 5 videos, submit for partnership, and be a partner on YouTube. It was that simple. And anyway, they would run ads everywhere. We're talking over the entirety of YouTube. Now they have it to where it's almost impossible to get to get a partnership with YouTube. You got
it took 8 months. It took 8 months for the NonSequitur Show, about 6 to 8 months to get a partnership.
I don't really see a problem with making it more difficult, but you shouldn't gain less.
There you go. And so
that's what should be the trade-off. It should be more difficult to get because now they're concerned about people taking advantage of the platform. So yeah, make the vetting process more difficult. Keep it reasonable, obviously, but make the vetting process more difficult and maybe make the percentages a little bit lower and then make it a ladder. Be like, okay, so you're this level of partner right now, so you get 15%. Okay, so now you've made it to this level, so now you get 30%. Yeah, now you've made it to this level. It'd be better than what it is, at least. And then eventually you could reach the top tier where you're at 50% and cap it at 50%.
Well, it just gives us a chance to hit that algorithm. I mean,
exactly.
That's it. I mean,
that's the thing.
This channel has never. If people ask me, well, Steve, you've been on YouTube 8 years. How come you don't have 50, 60,000 subs like a lot of people This channel has never hit the algorithm. One, I don't get promoted by the bigger names only for the fact that I have my own opinion. God forbid that I have my own opinion on things.
With you, it's the same reason with me, because if I would have done all my stuff on one channel, or if you would have done everything on NonSec, right, then I'd probably have a couple 100,000.
Oh, NonSec would have had 56,000 subs easily by now, probably.
Yeah, I did like all these months on Unirock too with like 400 subs or something, while I had a 37,000 subscriber YouTube channel.
But NonSequitur hit the algorithm. Well, it sort of hit the algorithm. It didn't really. We just got some fortuitous luck, But I mean, I watched it. 2,000 subs, 4,000 subs, 8,000
Well,
subs.
you guys had that viral thing. You guys had so many people that loved your show.
Right.
They were actively hitting like. They were actively sharing. You know, if you go look on Twitter, you can see all these shares for all those big debates you guys had.
Yep.
So, you know, people were very active. That's the thing that'll take a channel and just
well, that's why I think that's going to go back to that.
You can't rely on YouTube anymore. YouTube doesn't help the creators. You have to rely on the people who are following you. You have to rely on the 6K people who left NonSequitur. When those people come back to NonSequitur, they're gonna hit that algorithm hard as fuck on those.
Yeah, that's why Godless Engineer and Jimmy, you know, they screwed themselves because they had this extra, really, like the fan base they had from NonSec. That happened to every channel, by the way. If you look at every channel that went on NonSec,
they did okay.
They got support. Yeah, they grew. They did better.
Yep.
And the bigger channels that had that boost from NonSec, they were just like, you know, that I think that's kind of what took Jimmy to the other level. I don't know. You could
look around November 18th, November 20th. He all of a sudden was going like this, and all of a sudden he just hit it, and he went. But he doesn't acknowledge any of that, right? I mean, he was trying to run this narrative that we had to beg him to come on our show, and I'm like, no, that was complete horse shit.
That's that whole cockiness. That's the ego.
Oh, he's
that's
narcissistic as fuck.
Kyle. But if you look at Godless Engineer, he's got the same thing going on. This dude was clearing 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views a video, and now he can't even clear a couple thousand.
Oh, he doesn't,
because he lost that dedicated fan base.
Well, it's more than that. Like Godless Engineer, his views have gone down tremendously, and so has his reputation because of the way he approached the non-sequitur thing. He stuck to a dying horse. He bet everything on Kyle, and he lost big time.
And that's what he gained from.
That's what he gained from initially. So he basically bit the hand that fed him, thinking that Kyle was the one he should back. Bad mistake. And so I don't feel any sympathy for him.
I'm telling you, Steve, if you would have kept that channel and Kyle would have got kicked out, they would have backed you. They were just backing the channel because they knew in their head. Now listen.
Well, no, they would have backed me because there was some personal issues, but I know what you're saying.
Well, maybe not. You're right. Maybe the personal issue would have stopped them. But in their one big factor of them was they knew that NonSec gave it, whether they admit it or not, deep down they knew that NonSec gave them this huge thing that happened to their channel.
That's what I said to Shannon the first time she stepped into this.
They look at that channel, they're like, oh, well, I'm going to have nothing if this goes under. So, hey, great. I got Kyle there, and I like Kyle, and the channel that gave me everything is there. I'm staying here. You're not getting me to leave.
Well, it's not just non-sequitur. Like, Rachel Oates had a couple, I don't know, she had a couple 100,000, maybe 1,000 when she came to this channel, and I shouted her out and got her to the community. And, like, Shannon Q had 10 videos on this channel. She has, like, what, 10, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000 subs, whatever that was. Is now.
I don't get it. I try to listen to
so all these people that I've been involved with have done very well, and people can say that they have done that because they're good stuff, and I agree. Look at Apologia's content; it's fucking brilliant. But I've helped them in the past. I have literally gotten almost no support from people that I've helped, with very few exceptions. I know Atheist Edge, Jim Hall has helped try to promote my stuff, but for the most part, I'm not promoted by anybody. And the reason for that is I do not hold to any ideology. I don't hold to an agenda. I speak my mind. I'm very forthright on that. I'm not, what's the word, passive aggressive as some?
You're anti-ideology for a lot of them too, because the things, your opinion on atheism, which I agree with, by the way, wholeheartedly by my own independent
validations, verifications.
Yeah, before I even heard you say it, like I didn't even know what the problem the atheists had with you, and then when I heard it, I'm like, shit, that's what I've been saying for a long time anyway. But yeah, so that of course, and that kind of backs your point a little bit, doesn't it? The fact that
it's funny too. I have a guy coming on soon. He has a master's degree in philosophy. He's working on his, I think he's working on his master's degree. He just got it. I don't remember, but he's really knowledgeable. And, he has a podcast. I was on that podcast before, before I even I was mentioned on his podcast. He had actually shouted me out on his podcast because he had told me that. He couldn't believe that what I was saying about these topics in philosophy, so when it comes to atheism and agnosticism, because he's been talking about this for a very long time. Nobody's paying him any heed, but he's like, it was nice to actually have somebody know what the fuck they're talking about, as I do on this talk. He couldn't believe it. He was like, holy crap, here's somebody who's actually read up on this stuff and not just parroting Matt Dillahunty or on Raw, and he was thrilled for it. And he's an atheist. He's an atheist philosopher. We'll introduce you guys in the future. So
it'll be... So I think what we're going to end up doing, I'm coming back to YouTube stuff a little bit. I think what we're going to end up having to do is, Steve's already got his own channel, obviously. Then NonSequitur will be running. I've got my own channel as well, so we'll have to all be doing different stuff on there. And if one of us ever hits the algorithm, we just use that to boost the other channels.
Unirock included.
Right?
By the way, we have a network.
And including
don't forget the network. We've got people involved that are going to be all together with this. We got In Time with Nick Suter and Asgard. Asgard. So that's going to be awesome. We've got I think obviously Cher Michelle. He wants to be a part of it. We've got a lot of people that
got
like,
Anti-Ordinary.
We've got
me. We've got Unirock. We've got
we're gonna reach out. Oh yeah, Reds already has a big channel too.
I got to get a hold of In Time. I want to go on their show and talk to him and stuff.
Do it.
Some of us have to get popular at some point.
I just haven't contacted him.
Yeah, one of us hits the algorithm. All it means is that we just bring everybody else with us.
Yeah. Well, and also, we have a lot of people that do watch. We get these are getting about 2,000 to 3,000, 1,000 to 3,000 views at a time, which is pretty substantial.
Everyone I've seen has been over 2.
Okay, 2,000 to 3,000. That's to me that's pretty substantial.
We started having a format.
It is.
For 12
more than
for 12K channel, I'm very happy with. Somebody actually said, "So you're happy about 2,000 to 3,000 views a thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean anybody in the right mind would be with that. Only 12,000. I know channels that are either as 10,000 or higher that don't have that many views per. Look at Godless Engineer. I don't think he gets anywhere near that any longer, does he?
He gets 1,000
I don't know.
per video.
Oh?
I watched one of his videos not too long ago, and I just about had an aneurysm.
I can't watch his shit. It's so bad.
Me too. I tried, honestly.
So bad.
I'm not trying to be mean to
I'm not either. His
guy.
content just sucks. I'm really not. I've never been a fan of his ever. Had nothing to do with personal shit. His videos suck.
I tried to watch it. I got through it. I got through a whole
Lucky
one.
you.
But I was like stripping wallpaper while I was doing it. And I was like, the wallpaper is more interesting.
I know.
Hey, I'm gonna go grab a drink really quick.
Sure. So. I know when we get NonSequitur back, we'll have a lot of people helping us. I know a lot of the big name channels, some 200, 300,000, maybe even 1 million subs channels, may be helping getting us NonSequitur back on track. That's great. But until then, Cheshire has her channel. I have my channel. I hope they get built up a little bit. So I will ask the audience, if you know people that might be interested in this content, share my channel, share Cheshire's. Especially if they want to do commissions and art shit. There you go. Oh wait, over here.
Oh yeah, hey, what up? That's me. So one of the things that I do want to update you guys on real quick before I forget. So my setup's almost back and running again, finally. So not this week coming up. I mean, maybe this week coming up, but most likely because I have a backlog of commissions I got to do. So I'm gonna get through the commissions, get all those done, and hopefully I'll be able to be done those by the end of this week. And next week, I should be able to start streaming again.
Yay!
So what I'll be doing is I'm probably going to end up doing a back and forth because, I'm kind of sick of YouTube being a pain in the ass. So, like we were talking about earlier, don't
and she should be more popular than I am. She's a woman. Because that's some matriarchal bullshit right there. If you're a good-looking female, you've automatically got like 50% more subs than an aging cisgender white male.
Yeah, I should have the cable today, hopefully. Like it's in the mail, like it's on the way. So
good.
So essentially that means I'll be able to stream and I'll be back up and running. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do 1 or 2 streams a week on YouTube, and then all of the other time I'll be streaming on Twitch. And then I'll see what I can research and see if we can go from there. Because realistically, I think all of us need to get the fuck off this platform. So as soon as something comes up that everybody can get on, everybody's going to do it.
What do they think about streaming to Twitch as well from when we get NonSequitur back? I brought that up to you before. That's the only other commercially viable thing I can imagine.
I'm okay to do both. I don't see why not. But at the same time, I do like the idea, since NonSequitur used to be a podcast, I would be super happy to make it a podcast again, because then we can just upload.
I didn't make a dime off the podcast. See, I you know what? I don't know if he made money off the podcast or not. I have no idea. I know nothing about podcasts except that I cut them. I spent 2 hours a day cutting that podcast, even though I did 5%, right? I made every one of those podcasts. 180 podcasts, I did. He didn't do a single one of those that I'm aware of.
Also, yay, Flappin!
So
I did a
that I'm
tattoo
aware
design
of.
for Flappin, and he's getting it on Wednesday.
But hang on. If he made money off that podcast, I like to know about it because we need to see the financials. But I like to do the podcast, but I don't know how to make money off the podcast. Do podcasts make money? Because I didn't see a dime of that. I didn't know if there was any money being made off the podcast. So if you do a podcast, let me know on that, because I don't know how that works, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it. But realistically, I don't see why not.
I don't know how it works.
All it is like another. Well, I don't mean how it works. I don't see why we.
You're supposed to put commercials in or something. It's supposed to be they're up. They play a commercial before.
We do it via sponsors. We would need to get sponsors.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, because he was talking about getting sponsors.
Yeah. So if we can get sponsors, then great. Then we won't have to have. There won't really be an issue. It is a matter of like getting in contact with the right people to get those things. So like the Dollar Slave Club, and I don't know if we want to do the stupid VPN one, but I mean we could do the VPN one and stuff like that, and just run an ad like DP does it. Helios575 for $5. Steve Orchesh, since YouTube doesn't recommend channels like this, is there some way that we can do our own live recom for interesting streams? Well, we do that a little bit on the GDC, where we'll bring people in. Like, one of the reasons why Unirock is here is that we thought he had something interesting to say, so we brought him on. So if you guys have people that you follow or that you have any kind of contact with that you want us to contact and bring on, just tell us. Let us know, and we'll reach out to them. We do all the time. And share this shit.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And I've always asked people to, by the way, it's Fireside FM that we had, Bull. I tell people all the time, or I ask people to share, but I got to tell you, I have awesome engagement with comments and things like that. I read every single comment. I at least try to read every single as possible. I may not always respond, but I do try to read them. But my engagement as far as sharing the videos is extremely low, and that I'm hoping people will start picking up and sharing the video and getting it out to other people that might like this content, because I think some of this stuff is actually underrated in many regards. I think a lot of our shows are actually quite exceptional. I mean, like the one we did on cyberbullying, even though I turned off the comments and I turned off the likes and dislikes, only because that was for nobody.
I would have
yeah,
too.
that was not for anybody but our group. And by the way, I think it made our case, but. Well,
when people are trying to, basically there was a lot of people trying to promote their own like garbage, like weird thing in your comments.
Well, that's why but look, I was not monetized. I didn't make a dime off that video, so I was like, you know what? Nobody can be saying shit about turning off comments for it, because that wasn't for anybody else's thing but my fans, to understand what cyberbullying is about and to understand that people are using these techniques to manipulate, to spin, to run narrative. But then again, I'm free to turn off anything I want at any time, just likes, whatever. I have no problem with that. And I do moderate my comments. These trolls that come over and leave certain comments, they're gone. I have no compunction whatsoever to shitty comments. Not just, hey, this video stuck, that's fine, whatever. Or Steve, blah, 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 has some criticism, whatever, that's all fine. But when you start like spamming videos, like Nazi symbols or something like that, whatever it is, or that's all gone. It just, I have a filter that filters a lot of that out.
Yeah.
I think what needs to happen is we need to figure out a way to, and I would apply this to Uni, I would apply this to all of us that essentially are never going to hit that algorithm because they won't let us, is that we need to find a way to use YouTube as a supplement instead of the main. Because right now it's the main for everybody. Like, this is where we're working, this is what we do, but they're not helping us. So we need to find a platform that will actually let us spread our wings and fly away, and then we can just put highlights on YouTube.
No, yeah, and I found that really YouTube seems to be like only really restricting live streams. They let like a lot of my videos that I do that are edited and uploaded, they go in the algorithm. I got several that I've done this month that are doing pretty good. They're just low in it, but at least they're gaining. My point is, though, I think YouTube's scared. I don't know if they're scared of the freaking algorithm. I don't know if they're scared of certain people maybe not being able to catch things they say, or I have no clue what it is. It's just really stupid.
Yeah.
But there's no way to know. They lock they lock the reasons up so tight. We'll never know, really.
Yeah. By the way, my mods are great. They know what's considered to be trolling, what's spam, what's not. If people want to like come after me for the arguments,
talk about it enough,
that's fine. But they know the difference. They've been around a long while. When people say, "Well, Steve has moderated," they're like, "Steve moderates his live chat." I'm like, "Well, who the fuck doesn't? You should. I mean, that's normal."
Hey, Michael,
not
Dad,
yeah.
Stop calling me the woman, you dick.
Do you not fit in that category? I mean, we still don't know which way you're transitioning. I'm a
goblin.
But
I'm a goblin.
Woman,
you don't know which way I'm going.
You be a goblin woman.
My name is right there, dude. My voice needs more bass. I will speak low.
Yeah, it was so awesome when girls found out like her real identity, and she's like I've hidden that. It's like these people think they're so smart finding out shit that's people. But one of them was like, Steve doxed himself. Well, yeah, it's like
Hey,
5
listen,
years
if
ago
you-
I put all my information out there. What the fuck, people? I'm like, if you have to
they
really
did
hunt
that
to
to
find
me
out information
too.
on me,
If you
you're an
donate
idiot.
to me, it tells you my name. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, what do you mean I haven't?
If you want to know my actual name, send me money on my PayPal. It's got my whole
There you
full
go.
name,
Mine
including
too.
my middle name. Send
My
me
main
money.
channel has
I
my
know your
name.
middle name, but yeah, I know all about you. I vetted her before I even knew her. No, no.
Uh-oh.
Stalking. Yeah, that's the new thing.
Base.
That's the new thing. It's like you criticize somebody for them coming after you, right? They start shit, and you basically defend yourself and show people, no, the problem is on their end, not mine. Now they label you a stalker. It's like, get the fuck out. It's like that's the route you want to go? Okay.
Right, Steve? You've seen
Yeah.
my chat, right?
Yeah, you
I
do
have
mods.
a pretty big chat. I have a pretty poppin' chat, right?
Yeah.
The only reason
lit.
I have a poppin' chat is because I heavily moderate it the entire time I've been on YouTube, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Nope.
See, that's the thing. People will say, free speech, you're taking away my right to free speech. No, you have a YouTube channel, and it has one of those little live chat boxes if you click the live button. So go talk all your smack and all your, trolling. Go do that over in your YouTube channel's live chat box. Even just because no one's there.
Well,
it's
I'm
your
not
fault no one's there.
I'm
It's
not
mine.
throwing them under the bus at all. But one of the issues with In Time is their moderation for live chat. I disagree with. I think
What's their opinion?
they will not moderate anybody's and I'm telling them, I'm telling Nick and I'm telling
You're gonna run
Ansgar,
into trouble with that.
you're going to have issues later on, guaranteed. There is no question about that, but they're having some problems with that already. But I got to tell you, you will not functionally be able to ever stay completely neutral in anything on YouTube and have a completely neutral or platform where anybody can say what they want on the live chat. It's not feasible.
I've got this really awesome way to.
Why YouTube
go ahead.
moderates. No, go ahead.
Well, I got this really awesome thing that handles it, and what we do is we don't ban anybody for any
disagreements,
differing opinion. We only ban people that are obviously trolling, or like if a mod says something to somebody, and they won't talk to the mod at all. They won't try to communicate,
like dial it back a little bit, kind of thing, and then
or whatever it may be. But then if somebody gets banned that shouldn't be banned, let's say someone new pops in and they get banned. We always tell them, just email us. We'll unban you right away. It only takes 2 seconds, and it works great. It's always worked really well.
That extra, they're not trolling if they want that. They put that extra.
And the
step
funniest
in
thing is,
Yeah.
Unless they're the people that I really will not associate with, names we won't be mentioning. But if people that are like newer or something like that, and they're just like, "Hey, Steve, I got an issue with you," do I not tell them we have open hangouts? You can come in on Rum and Coke. You can come in on Ask a Philosopher, whatever, and you can ask me about this stuff, right? So the arguments, if you think I have bad arguments, come talk to me. But if you think if all of a sudden they come after me like it's all personal, like Steve is this and that. So Jeff just mentioned in the live chat, the new term is grooming. Steve's grooming Cheshire.
Oh, I know. It's so dumb. And then
I'm grooming Sweet Heathen. She's fucking 34 years of age, people. She's a grown adult that has her own.
I'm glad Steve.
But they're treating her like an idiot. Like it's like wait a minute. Wait, let me finish. It's like they're promoting women's rights and this feminist point of view, and most of it I do agree with, except when the feminist disagrees with them. Then you have to shut them down.
Well, yeah, but see, I like that they did those things you named, because I need to be able to identify which ones are just trolling and just trying to make you. You've got a troll group that'll just try to use anything against you, not because they disagree, not because it's something that they think is bad. They just do it because they are mad at you. And I want to know who those people are, and I want to know who I have to ignore. And so I'm glad they identify themselves like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, they let you know, right?
I also love Han's name because it's Han Sanitizer.
Yeah, I like that.
Han Sanitizer, yeah.
I think there is a large corp danger on having live streaming content, and what can get on the network equals, i.e., some asshat shooting up a school. Yeah, I mean, arguably that can you run the risk of that happening. But what negative thing happened to Facebook when that happened on their platform? What bad thing happened to Facebook?
Nothing. Yeah, they don't care. But when they take down other networks, you got a point. Be careful using the word school and then the other word in the same sentence while you're live.
Yeah, you're gonna demonetize. There's certain words that you're always gonna get demonetized.
demonetized.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you mentioned ISIS, you're automatically like instantly.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if you're like against terrorism like that.
You've heard about Peace Corps, right? You guys do know about Peace Corps.
No.
Oh God, there's a video just came out maybe a week ago. It's called it's by this channel BOWBLAX, Bo Blacks, and Bow Blacks. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, him and his buddies found this score in the algorithm that told you your channel's rating, which is either everyone or like kid friendly, teen friendly, adult friendly, sensitive topics or whatever. And they also found your P score, which is a rating of how much you can be recommended, suggested, or whatever in the algorithm. They found a way to actually find it in the YouTube code, like in the source. They discussed it. They talked about what it was, and you should definitely look for that if you haven't seen it, and it'll give you a really good mind. Also, when you upload, do you have the checklist? Yes. Questionnaire. Okay.
I have VidIQ.
Those questionnaires, they kind of tell you what you can say and not say to get. You can get restricted and you can get demonetized. Those are two different things. You can be demonetized and still get shit ton of views because you restricted or not.
Well, mine's always restricted. They're limited. Sometimes even on the limited, when you get yellow, some of the ads still come up, but they're very limited.
I'm just saying they're two different things.
I've never had one outright demonetized. Like what is it? The gray. Done. I've never.
Oh no. Yeah, no. The yellow is demonetized. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Limited is. I call limited demonetized too, even though they say limited ads can run. Very rare does that happen. Thank you, ex-Hindu atheist, for that super.
They give you like a crap ad.
Oh, it's a little unicorn.
Pennies.
And AT2 wanted to make sure that we explained freedom of speech is freedom from government reprisal in the United States.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with this.
From all criticism and consequence.
That is absolutely true, Jared, and people don't seem to understand that. You don't have free speech on a platform. We don't have free speech on YouTube. You don't have free speech on my channel. Get used to it, and I wouldn't expect that from any other channel. If I go on Unirock's channel, I don't have free speech on it. He can shut my ass down anytime he wants. It's his freaking channel.
We're going to have to do a video where you just read out all the things you can't say on YouTube, like George Carlin's 7 words you can't say, except the list for YouTube is way too damn long.
Helios says, Steve, you need to take a picture of you combing Sweet Heathen's hair with the text, "Oh my God, Steve is grooming Sweet Heathen." Already in progress. I've already talked to her about something similar. I will be visiting Sweet Heathen in Boston in January. I'm spending a week with her. We're going to go on another vacation. So.
Did you?
But of course, but here's the thing. I'm just after all these other girls. I'm just sexually harassing every girl. Though not one person has ever said any of these things. Everything I do is open. There are some females that I do care about very much so. But they all know that I have one interest. That's it. I don't understand this mentality that I'm grooming a 34-year-old. I mean, that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Well, it's just them saying anything they can to cover.
But that tells you how desperate they are. Especially somebody like Sweet Heathen, who's one of the most articulate. I love listening to her viewpoints.
Nicest people.
Oh my God, you have no.
Smartest, really
she
smart
is
too.
She's just perfect for me in some ways. Don't tell her I said that though, because out.
Have
I
you
adore
guys seen
her,
the
though,
list
so much.
of words that we can't say though? You have seen that,
yes.
Chesh, right? You got that?
Yeah, we had that from
we saw that list.
on Drunken Peasants. Yeah.
Okay.
God, that list is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, Arizona is one of them that you can't put in your title or your tags.
Go to
Arizona. The algorithm is that shows you how broken the algorithm is right there.
Arizona is not a real place. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess that must be it. There's an Arizona conspiracy because YouTube won't let you say that shit without getting demonetized.
Somebody said I could post a video of just me brushing my hair and it would get views.
Yeah,
Doing it. I'll do it.
Do it low cut,
Well, no, I'm just not gonna. The thing is, I'll wear this shirt. This is a good one. See, this is my Team Rocket shirt.
Yeah.
But this shirt has like the biggest V-neck ever. It goes like all the way down to here. But
okay.
Here's what I'll do.
You're a Pokemon fan, Team Rocket?
Oh hell yeah.
See, there's one. We have one very smart person in the live chat that says, "Has anybody considered that maybe Cheshire's grooming Steve?" I found out just recently of that is a distinct possibility. Thank you for noticing that.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, he has been picking up some of my mannerisms, and he's been learning from me. if you can tell in the difference that the way that before NonSequitur blew up and after NonSequitur blew up, look at Steve's Twitter and see the difference in the way he interacts and deals with trolls.
My ethics have become a little bit more malleable since I met Cheshire. A little more situational. Blame her.
I'll do a video. I'll do it, but I'm not gonna live stream it. I will do a video and put it up of me brushing my hair with a fork. I'll use a fork. Why not?
Videos sometimes will go viral. Yeah, very true.
Oh, but I gotta tell you, that was a narrative that was actually in a long since making. There was a group of people about, I don't know, whenever Chess started coming around, that were actually going around and trying to collect screenshots and collect data to run a narrative that I was grooming Cheshire, that I was like being perverted to her, that I was sexually harassing to her. We knew this. You know?
Yeah, you put that out.
Oh yeah, no, people tell me this. Yeah. These trolls don't realize that I do know a little about certain things, but that's fine. They know. They do realize it. Actually, they know that I. But I told people this. Hey, you know what? People are going to be out there trying to run this narrative that I'm grooming Cheshire. Sure as shit that had happened. Now, granted, it was a little bit separate from the group that I was talking about, but it still happened. Which is one of the most funniest. If people actually knew the actual behind the scenes truth,
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. These groups are now the same group.
Well, they are kind of the same
group. These groups have amalgamated now into the same group, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of figured that was going to happen, but like I didn't want to hope that they would be that stupid, because here's the thing: if we discredit this group in this way and we discredit this group in this way, and then they decide they want to get together, they've now divided by 0, so they're both just discredited groups.
But people are. But look at the people that are throwing down with those groups. I mean, again, I hate to say it, I'm gonna throw it out there, but look at like Scientist Mel.
So anybody who hangs,
who hangs out with.
Can we talk about that, or is it?
We can talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
Like Scientist Mel had, if she would have stuck with science, she would have been fine. But no, she laid down with the Nate Brodies of the world. She laid down with the Agrippas of the world, and not specifically Agrippa, but she's actually, like the creep thing that we did. She's laying down with those kind of people, and it's backfiring on her. Because she's associating with very shitty people that she thinks are just the most wonderful people in the world. Okay, that's fine. But the outside people, the people that have been around for a while, that know the history of these people, these trolls that have just latched onto her, they see it. And she's been losing subs, losing followers, losing Patreon, because they're like, oh shit, no, if you're going to be hanging out with these people, we don't want to follow you. That's up to them. I have never told people, you don't follow this person or don't subscribe to this person. No, I don't think I don't like that kind of mentality. I get it.
I'm just playing.
But she tries to go out and saying like, oh, look at Steve. He's such a narcissistic, toxic stalker
Steve,
that's trying to.
What you think about it? What do you want to add on with this? I want to hear what you have to say about it.
Well, I mean, like, I was just. Well, let me respond to that thing first that Steve just said. I just lost my whole train of thought. I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah,
something
you got
about
me.
Scientist Mel.
Did we put you in this? Did we put you on the spot?
Oh, yeah. Brody's had a long history of illogically and for no good reason shitting on Steve. All of a sudden, Mel's hanging out with him, and now Mel is having this opinion on Steve. I don't see any coincidence between all this shit. I'm sorry. It's obvious. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Damn it! What? Something happened with Mel recently though, and I didn't know about it. But it's all good. It's no big deal. Like, I didn't know what triggered it all off.
Oh, the one we covered last week. Well, if you guys want to know what happened with Scientist Mel, watch last week's show. We go over it.
Passive aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got. I actually pretty sure last week is when I told everybody how old I was, whether or not you choose to believe it or not.
Was she doing that? She was like giving you hell about that?
About the age? No. She blocked me ages ago. She blocked me when the Rapeology stuff.
She blocked Sweet Heathen this morning, though. I mean, Sweet Heathen had a minor disagree with her, and she blocked her. And then she has this thing like she has this like list blocked by, right? Yeah, she blocked me first.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, she blocked me, and she's like, "Oh, look at blocked by Steve." Or something, right? Yeah, but it's like blocked by Steve. Yeah, it's a real thing. No, it's real. Which we don't care about that. But it's so funny. It's like, wait a minute, you blocked me first, and then you're like, "Oh, look at Steve, you blocked me." Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like
passive aggressive. Jesus.
Well, that's the thing that it's going to get her to lose subs. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's like, why do you do this if you're trying to grow a channel? Why make these dumb decisions and then expect to lose subs if you're going to do it? It's really dumb.
And she's also
she decided she wanted to call all of the people who had unsubscribed to her guilty by association because they all quote unquote followed Steve, who's a harasser.
Yeah.
She's just mad. It's been a week.
Yeah, because they're following me now because I've had my Twitter is the highest it's ever been. My Patreon is one of the highest it's ever been. My sub count is like the highest it's ever been. I am going up because people are realizing I'm telling the goddamn truth for years, right? And they're seeing this in real time take place. And for Scientist Mel to latch onto these troll groups and then try to label me words like a harasser, abuser, stalker, people are going, maybe Steve's right about her doing this. And then she's DMing people going, I love this. If this isn't passive aggressive as fuck, then what is? She'll email people or DM people saying, I just ran across this article on toxic narcissism. No particular reason. I thought you might enjoy it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, that is okay.
And they're telling me about it. People are telling me about what she's done.
Seriously,
right?
guys.
I mean,
that's the dumbest fucking thing ever. It's so bad. Like
that's why she's losing support.
She's that much of a coward. She's that cowardly about her opinion. She can't even tell you why she's sharing it. It's so dumb, dude. Like that's some like Kyle level in the beginning of the whole thing shit right there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, okay, so what we ended up doing on the show last week is we essentially used everything that she decided to make public and demonstrated how, well, she's calling this abuse. That's what you're doing by your own definition.
Yes.
And that's why she's still butthurt about it. So she had essentially three options. She could have either backed off and ignored it and stayed quiet about it. She could have rectified the issue and been like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should reevaluate, maybe take some time away and then come back. Sure. Or she goes full on in. And she was just like, all right, let's go.
Hypocrisy. Thy name is Mel. Super chat.
Yeah, super chat for 10. It was William Peterson. I'm 30 minutes behind on your stream, but do you guys think that big TV networks have a hand in this YouTube nonsense because they are losing control of content? Yes.
Yes.
I would say
that's a lot of people would think that. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of big TV. If you look at the recommended at the beginning of your page, there's a good chance, or on a fresh YouTube account, most of it will be clips of TV shows, because those TV shows use it for advertising, essentially.
And it's just we've got Will Smith being pushed, and what's the other guy, Jack Black, and those guys.
Actually, I don't like Jack Black.
I don't either. I like him, but his YouTube's channel sucks.
Well, yeah, but that's why I like it. He's just doing this he's doing old school YouTube now.
Yeah, kinda, I guess. But yeah, the thing is though, it's like obviously YouTube's pushing the celebrities. They want that. They've said that. And that's not what YouTube is. It's the opposite. It's supposed to be us. It's supposed to be broadcast yourself.
So I want to point out
those days are
that's
over.
in the thumbnail. I pulled an old picture of YouTube to put that in. By the way, for anybody who was actually concerned about Michael Dad in the comments, they're the one who showed my public message that was missing that question mark.
Yeah.
From way back. That's who that is.
To willfully try to push a narrative they knew was not the case.
Because you immediately corrected yourself. Yeah. There's a difference between immediately correcting yourself and correcting yourself a very long time later. There's a difference there, and you obviously it was an accident. To see them clash onto that is despicable.
Well, that's what they do to me, though. That's
they are.
Look at the whole Nate Brody thing. When Steve says Nate Brody is his lawyer.
Tell me. I need to know about Brody. I didn't know about any of this.
Well, but I told you all he was looking for was attention, because he's already been shit on by Dr. Alex Malpass, by Bert Pohl, and by Ozzy for his inept ability to understand logic. They've all shot on him hard, although he thinks that he's disproven me, which he's just an idiot. But he's latching on to these other channels. He latched on to In Time, even though, I don't think they're completely ignorant of him. But it's funny because he would troll my Facebook. I blocked him finally on Facebook. He was fucking with Bull and Uriah Christensen, and I was like, you're done. I'm just sick of this, dude. You're just you're he's just going into sophistry and just so fundamentally wrong and ignorant. And I blocked him. You know what he did? He made other accounts to come troll me again. He's done this to other people, I found out as well. He has done this to other fucking people.
And if anybody wants to verify what I just said about that, like, assuming that that is the same account, it could be somebody with the same name, but if that is the same account, then you can easily go and look about July on my Twitter. All of the tweets are still there. If you don't want to go that far back, go to Red's Rhetoric's channel, go pull up the video about Fiona Robertson and the calumny and obloquy video. There, it's in that video. There is a clip of somebody else's YouTube responding about me in that video. So if you go to there,
right.
I don't remember what the timestamp is about, probably at least halfway through. You go check out that video. That video has a clip that demonstrates that that is that person who decided to pass around and send that message. Interestingly enough, by the way, one little bit of which I can demonstrate also if you guys are interested at some later time. You can send me a message. I can cover it if you guys want to, but it's not really worth it. The reason why they latched onto that was immediately after I decided and told them that I wasn't interested in joining their Discord.
That's how they recruit people on the Discord, kind of thing. Yeah, but
gasp.
Did you even when Nate did his and I by the way, I don't watch any Nate's video. I haven't watched a video since like 2 years ago. His last thing he did on the agnosticism fucked up early. Well, but hang on, but Nate, from what I understand, Nate did analysis of like the NonSequitur Show, blah blah blah. And from my feedback that people told me, he didn't know fuck all about it because he basically doesn't have any inside information. He just reads the public stuff and trying to give legal analysis on it. What the fuck is like, and it's
you
so
can't
wrong.
Edit things on Twitter, dumbass. By the way, there isn't going to be an edited thing in there at all. The one without the question mark is there. My explanation and the entire context is there. There is no edited in there. And if you go and look, it is the original one that you shared to that other Discord, our private message that you shared publicly on another Discord to then spread out publicly on Twitter, which by the way, I was nice enough to block your name out when I shared it to show the full context. You guys are welcome to go find it. It's all there.
Yeah, by the way, I and I've also got accused of deleting other people's tweets.
Yep, that happened.
That happened.
I don't know how to say that. J32 for $5 says, I want to hear Cheshire say, Steve will be groomed and there will be cake. In her GLaDOS voice. Oh, in the GLaDOS voice. Steve will be groomed and there will be cake.
The cake is a lie.
The cake is a lie. No, there will be cake. It's soft and moist.
I stumbled upon
that's
Brody's.
Perverted right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Unirock, we got sidetracked there.
Yeah, I stumbled upon Brody's breakdown of the non-sequitur stuff where he was trying to pretend like he was doing a legal breakdown while at the same time manipulating the situation for Kyle's favor, but then pretending like he wasn't. Fallacy. And I called him out for it in a video. And then
he wanted. I think he does stuff exactly. I know him from years ago when he would purposely tell me he would fuck things up as far as like troll people with like the titles of his videos and clickbait. Because he wanted that. He wanted people to call him out on it. This was how he fucking functioned. And I'm like, that's as dishonest as shit.
Well, he's pulled this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Helios575 for $5 said, off topic, but what do you think of people claiming that Post Malone is making this unknown artist Ozzy famous with his songs Take What You Want? Go ahead and say what you're going to say. We can address that after.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know.
I'll say this, though.
I don't even know the story.
The whole thing, like Nate Brody being Kyle's lawyer, I'm not an idiot. I understand he's a New York lawyer. I'm sure
he is.
Oh, he's a New York lawyer.
Not Kyle's real lawyer.
Right, but let me finish. I know, I didn't mean to imply he was his actual physical lawyer that he retained. It just didn't come out that way because I wasn't able to suss it out. I meant that he was his lawyer as far as him going to talk to him. I still think they had communication. I have actual evidence in email that there was some thing going on there because he didn't know who Nate was at one time. Then he got to know Nate. I do believe this. Now, can I prove it to other people? Probably not. But I have reasons to believe what I believe, right? And Nate's a liar. He's an outright liar. So whatever he says, I don't take any stock in whatsoever. But I didn't say it was during that time. I think it happened way long ago. If I'm wrong on that, so well, fuck what? But for them, they run this narrative like, look at Steve's going around telling everybody that Nate's his lawyer. If that's the case, then why did it for several months ask, who the fuck is this lawyer? I was asking that to people forever, but see the narrative they wanted to run? Oh, they show this one little thing, no context. Steve, his when I'm saying, Nate's, his lawyer, taken way out of context. Because again, it was supposed to be kind of a. When I said 100% sure, I was 100% that they have talked. I know that they have talked. I am absolutely convinced about that. What they talked about, I don't know, and when they did is a different thing altogether. But you see the narrative. Lying. Of course, he lies.
He's lying. He did talk to Kyle.
I know he did.
About the non sequitur, and he tried to give him legal advice, and then he turns around and acts like you're a dick for saying that because he wants to fucking. Anyway,
I'm absolutely convinced that they did.
He fooled this guy Viva La Fray to have him on his channel, Viva La Fray Vlogs, to do a live stream with Nate Brody. I'm not sure how he got Viva La Fray to do it, but I'm gonna watch it. I don't know where I'll watch it, either D Live or YouTube, because I want to see if he brings you up. I don't think that Nate Brody can not bring you up. I bet
he's obsessed by me
somehow. I'm gonna watch that stream.
He's obsessed with me because
Viva La Fray has. He has 120,000 subs, so I'm thinking I'm going to watch it.
But this is great. When these higher channels start talking about me, I usually get a residual because people come over and go, "Oh, you know what? Shit, these people are full of shit. Steve's actually pretty cool. His content's good, and these people have lied about him." Same thing happens with me. Yeah, so I gain on that. But Nate got upset because I kicked him out of the Great Debate community one time and literally invited him back after thinking about it a few minutes later.
Never invited him back.
Oh, well, people have told me that. They were like, Steve, the mistake you made was not kicking Nate out of the Great Debate community. It was you inviting him back in. Right. But that has been the focal point for these trolls for the longest fucking time. Oh, Steve kicked Nate Brody out of the Great Debate community. Yeah. And there's reasons why, but I thought about it. People talked to me, and 5 minutes later, I brought him back. But I was like, you know what? You're not going to be running this narrative. He was running script, and he was being like trollish. I'm like, this is not how I want the Great Debate community on G Plus to be. Do you want to abide by the rules? Because mods were coming to me about them and other people. But the whole Great Debate community was, I own that, right? I started it. It wasn't these people who think that they act
like, dude.
Oh, they think they have this right to it. They're like, where's the money from the Great Debate community? There was $30 made. $30 fucking dollars was made on that channel during that time. That's it.
Who the fuck are they to act like you should have to give them goddamn anything? You're being cool just letting them on the damn channel. It's the most unappreciative thing, and that reveals their honor, I want to say, or their morals, or however you want to say it. Just
character, lack thereof. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, but watch what happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we got to wrap this up, but watch what happened. They'll get a hold of this video.
Oh, we should keep. Oh, and go ahead.
They will run with this for the longest time, Unirock. Oh, look at Steve. Steve's full of shit about the Great Debate community. But you know what? Let them, because all that's done is proved everything that I've ever said and Rhetoric has ever said to be absolutely fucking true.
Yes.
And that's why Reds and I have always been really close friends.
Everybody knows that. You know? You've got 99% of the entire community behind you, and the only 1% that's there constantly ends up, leaving these guys and realizing that they were wrong when they see what these guys are willing to do and the links they're willing to go to try to lie and push a narrative. So
absolutely. And by the way, we got to keep going. Cheshire has hot something or other going on today or something. He's doing something rather.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have some stuff going on today, so I got to take off. You guys are more than welcome to continue or do some kind of after show, or maybe pick it up tonight.
No, I'm gonna go get some grub. No, you do your thing, woman. I've got some grub to go eat.
That's why I said tonight. But anyway, don't forget to like and share and sub if you haven't. If you're new here, I have seen a couple of newer names, so please come on back. We do this every Monday. We usually start at 1 EST, but we started at 12 today because I got to take off. And if you guys have anybody we should get in contact to have these kinds of conversations with, please let us know. We are trying to get a hold of people. It's a little bit because we're still waiting on some non-sequitur stuff to be able to actually fully get rolling, but we're working on it, and let us know so that way we can work on it more.
Unirock, put out shout out to our channel so we can get going here. Your link is in the video description, so.
Yeah. Guys, join my channel, Unirock 2, please. Or subscribe to Unirock 2. I have been lax about caring about gaining subs in the last year, and I've been lax about uploading, but I'm doing that now, and I've been lax about writing my live streams, but I've been doing all of that again. Check my channel, take a look. I think you'll be impressed. Please consider subscribing. You don't have to.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Go.
It is a moral responsibility to go subscribe to Unirock.
And go sub to my channel because there's actually going to be content starting to come in again.
Yay!
Yeah, Unirock 2, not TV. Unirock TV, I don't post anymore. It's the number 2, Unirock 2.
And please think about becoming a Patreon. Again, my Patreon is my main thing, and I appreciate every single one of you.
Everybody's links will be in this.
Yeah, we'll get them all in there. Somebody had asked real quick about. You know what? I don't have time for it. We got to go. Everybody, thank you very much. Happy Veterans Day, and we'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm going to be doing something maybe with Ozzy for the.
I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming in a bit too, guys. Keep an eye out.
Put a shout out to us to this video maybe. Cool.
Good night. We'll do.